Azrin, are you muted on stream?
Jesus Christ. All right. I
Every
just
session.
every
Where's the mute? Where's the mute emote?
it's like I just you know what it is. I have to press the mute button so many times because I have to mute my mixer, I have to mute my Zoom, and then I have to mute OBS so you don't hear my mic. And it's like there's always one of the mute buttons that I freaking forget to like unmute.
Well, you can sort of start from the top.
Yeah, I'm more. I just it's so annoying. So again, what I was saying while I was muted was thank you everyone who participated in the December giveaway. I had to remove the dice image from our cams view. Um, Zoro has recently received the bags from Ziva, so Zoro is in the process of sorting all that stuff out and packaging it up and getting ready to actually send that out to the winners. Again, congratulations to all the winners. We really appreciate you guys participating, and again, this is our way of giving back for all the things that you do for us because we can't do this without you guys. So um, so it's just our way of giving back. So we really appreciate it. And we really appreciate Zoro because pretty much Zoro almost 100% funded the December giveaway this year. So like super kudos to that. Um, I'm just
Golf
like,
clap, golf clap,
yeah,
golf clap.
super golf clap on that one. That was amazing. We were like discussing what we were gonna do, and then all of a sudden, like Zoro bought a crap ton of dice and was like, "I'm giving these away," and we were just like, "Okay." So that was.
Plus, I think when she bought them, they might have gotten the buy three get one free.
Yeah, she
deal.
she
But
went
still.
Uber. I'm pretty sure there were more dice ordered that we don't know about that were specifically for her. So,
Oh yeah.
True.
I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Pretty sure December giveaway was just an excuse for her to buy a ton of dice and not get in trouble for it. So we're gonna keep it at that. But yeah, that was super awesome. So yeah, so our adventurers are in a bit of a sticky wicket right now.
I was
So,
thinking more of a musty casket.
musty casket. I mean, yeah, musty casket works too. Um, I will go with that.
I don't know where you're sleeping, but I'm not in a casket.
Fair. Just to make sure I got all my ducks in a row, we are level 2 still, yes?
Yes, you're still level 2.
Okay.
The reason
Thank
why you
goodness.
guys are still level 2 is because you have not milestoned to level 3. I have this whole adventure set up for milestones based on where you get to in the campaign, and you guys have not gone to the level 3 milestone. So that's why things are difficult but won't outright kill you because you're a level behind.
Well,
You say that now.
I only make this statement because the last game we started out and I forgot to add one level to the character sheet, and the character sheet was supposed to auto update that and with all its
Yeah,
black magic like
yeah,
technology.
no. As much as I love Roll20, the person or team that designed the Pathfinder character sheet, the official one, it is not super 100% ready for prime time. The 5e one definitely is by far, in my opinion, and again, this is no disparagement to Roll20, but yeah, the Pathfinder character sheet is not as in tune as the 5e character sheet. So I'm not going to chuck any blame anywhere on that. I'm just saying, I'm just calling a spade a spade. So,
Fair enough.
so that is that. So the last time we left you guys off, um, you guys had fought some nasty stuff, and you guys got beat up a little bit, and then you decided to um, cooler heads prevailed and talked the barbarian orc into not running haphazardly into what was potentially a disastrous situation. Um, and you guys decided to hold up and rest and recuperate and try and figure out WTF. We should try and get our shizzle together. So Um,
We can only hope.
we can only hope. Yes, we can. So you guys are now currently barricaded in the mausoleum, um, in the church after you fought some caretakers who were um, questionably uh, some type of monster of some
Body
sort.
controlled by a ugly centipede worm looking thing. No. Just
I'm
a
just
hard
gonna start
no.
calling them demons.
Demons, sure. I mean, that's what we fought earlier, was like some sort of imp looking thing.
Demon works. I will take demon.
I'm just calling them demons.
Foul, disloyal beasts.
Foul demon.
On the
So
very bright side, we're all still alive and we had the wherewithal to at least retreat to the mausoleum for the evening,
Yeah, we barely survived that one.
rather than press onto the church with no
no,
resources left.
no, it was a good little fight. Um,
Mm.
R, where's my where's my dude? So, sorry, I'm just looking for something that I need to give to you guys, and it should be in one of my pull downs, but
Oh.
We're
um,
getting a gift.
this particular, that's weird. Um,
Oh, and
it,
shout out to Master Groudon.
yes, Groudon is decided to give generously during the the final episode of the Christmas campaign, and pretty much all players in every campaign are going to get a gift, and one player from every campaign is getting to get a pull from the deck of many things. So yay, there's that, fun. Um, and the pull for this game has been decided already.
Oh
Um,
no.
so that was decided by Groudon. So basically chose who gets to pull in every game, and I've already contacted the person who gets that pull, and they've decided which card they're going to pull, and yeah, so it's going to make things a little bit interesting. Um, so I want to probably I'll have to fix this at the break because this campaign has a folder that's missing, and I know I added it, and I need to pull something from there for the deck of many thing pulls, and it's not showing up now for some oddball reason, which is annoying because today's been a day, and I have not enjoyed this day so far. So,
Mm.
so basically, as you guys are sleeping in the mausoleum, Shathra, Cantrell, you're sleeping as comfortably as you can possibly sleep in the situation that you're in. Gwennon, on the other hand, um, while she's sleeping, this mist in your dream eye forms. And as it slowly clears, um, you see several cards floating in the sky before you. And as you try and focus in on the cards, they coalesce into a singular deck. And the deck is before you, and you have an urge uncontrollably to pull from this deck. And I've already been told which card you pull. So in your mind's eye, your hand reaches in, and it pulls a card from the deck. And when you look at the card, um, you see a man in armor on bended knee and sword in hand before you. And then the card disappears. you're not sure what to make of it, but you feel that there is someone looking for you. You don't feel any ominous tension regarding this, um, but you feel that there's someone who, in your very near future, is trying to find you for some inexplicable reason that you can't ascertain. Um, and you don't feel any malevolence behind it. But it is very confusing. Um, and while you're trying to ascertain um, what's happening with that, um, you hear some music, and um, it's not music that is in your mind's eye. You actually are hearing, this music playing in the mausoleum. Like you hear this sound coming around, and you're not exactly sure what to make of it. And it jars you up. Everyone wakes up, and as you wake up, I will pull you over to the map because you see something very odd. Bear with me one moment.
We're having a very lucid dream.
When you hear this particular music, you know full well that you are not dreaming. As you all are woken up, startled by this music that you're hearing. It's familiar sounds from the circus, but it's a little bit more ominous for some reason, but you don't feel any fear or dread behind it. When you all wake up,
Would we have all gotten a full rest by this point?
Yes, this is
Okay.
at the end of your full rest. You're all waking up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh, can we see him bigger?
Yes, you can. When you all wake up,
Aww. It's a
Yeah.
little raccoon.
Ooh.
so
Say hello, little friend.
so you all wake up and you see this
Uh,
literal raccoon dressed up as a clown, just as you see him balancing on a ball and doing circus tricks. And he looks at you all, and he jumps off the ball that he's balancing on, and the plates and everything he's juggling disappear, and he begins to bow before you.
By the way, Asmund might want to show up the map so they can see the little raccoon.
Oh, that's right. I'm
Under
sorry.
senior.
Cantrell immediately startles because he thinks it's a fox at first, but then realizes it's a raccoon and is like, okay.
And just for everyone who's watching,
That's interesting.
that is the circus raccoon. As he's bowing before you, he's waving his hand as he's bowing, as he's expecting something from the mini performance he just gave you guys.
I fish
I
into
start
my
clapping.
pack. Yeah, I'll clap, but I'll fish into my pack and pull out a ration and offer him that.
Oh, he declines. He's not hungry. He basically wanted the applause for his act, and he's bowing gracefully. He's being very hammy as he does so, and he goes up to each of you, and he has like this this weird pouch on a belt that comes across his waist, and he pulls, what a zipper is, so he unzips it, and he reaches in deep, like it's how far he reaches into the pouch is impossible for the size
I've heard of
the
this
pouch.
magic. I've heard of this.
and he pulls out a pair of beautiful white gloves, and he hands them to Gwennon.
Oh.
And then he, cartwheels over to Cantrell, and then he reaches in his bag again, and then he also pulls out a pair of gloves. These are more royal blue, navy blue in color.
Oh.
And they have these, they have these weird elongated patterns on them, and he gives you the pair of gloves.
I will accept them graciously.
Are mine patterned?
Yes. They're white. They're lace, and your gloves. I forget what it's called, but this like the symbol that we use for hospitals, like the Ouroboros.
Oh.
So on Gwennon's gloves, there's a symbol of the Ouroboros on the back of both.
How do you
of those.
spell that?
It's Oroburos, I think. It's the two snakes intertwined over the staff.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
When he hands me those, I will use prestidigitation and cast a set of butterfly wings in the air, just disappear.
And he gives you like a little golf clap for that. And then he does this little shimmy over to Shothra, and then he reaches in his bag, and he has a look of confusion, in the bag, and he pulls out this lump of this weird looking metal, and then he points at your axe, and he's gesturing for you to give him your axe.
I will give him my axe.
And
Just like
and
Here.
and the axe, like you hand it to him, blade side first, because I'm pretty sure you're and he just, you would think this is an impossibility, but he basically, with unbelievable strength he just grabs it, and he's using it like it's some sort of baton. It's like, it looks like it's of no consequence to him how he's handling this axe, and he flips it, he chucks it in the air so it flips, and he lands in his handle first.
I'll start applauding immediately at that.
say, I'm like, what the hell?
And then he has to choke up on the handle, because obviously it's too long for him. And then he's looking at the axe blade, and he's looking at the stone in his hand, and then the metal in his hand, and then he slams the stone into the axe head, and in this poof of light and confetti, your axe has noticeably changed, where it's no longer a regular axe. The metal on your axe looks like the same metal as the chunk of stone or metal that he had in his hand, and that metal is gone. And he hands you back the axe, handle first. He's literally holding on to the blade with his little raccoon hands and handing it to you.
I mean, need those gloves sooner than we think.
She's gonna take the axe back, and she's just gonna look at it and be like, "You are a strange creature, but I love you."
And he just He's like, yeah. Again, he's very, very hammy. And then he looks around and he's like, and he just shakes his hands, and then he pulls out of his little pouch, like a little curtain, and he holds the curtain up over his head and lets go. And when the curtain falls and hits the ground, it poofs in a shower of confetti. But as the curtain rod is dropping down before you, the raccoon is gone.
Oh.
Cantrell walks over. You said that the rod itself turned into confetti, or
Yeah, it just poofed into like this little shower of confetti.
oh wow, that was a true performance.
I wonder what it would take to get him to join the circus.
I think he might be in one that we're going to be competing against in the future.
Oh
Maybe.
my goodness.
So as you examine the items that you have, they instantly reveal to you what they are. So I will tell you what you have.
Oh boy.
In a second.
Ooh.
This is far better than I imagined.
So
We got dinner and a show. Skip the dinner.
So, Gwennon, what you have is you have a regular pair of healer's gloves. So, these clean white gloves never show signs of blood or anything else, even when used to stitch up wounds or treat other ailments. These gloves give you a +1 item bonus to your medicine checks.
Ooh.
As another feature that they have, once per day, at the cost of an action, it's an interact action, you can soothe the wounds of a willing living adjacent creature, and you can restore 2d6 plus 7 hit points to that creature.
Whoa.
Wow.
Damn.
This is a positive.
Wow.
This is a positive healing effect. However, you cannot use it to harm undead.
Once per day, restore 2d6 plus 7.
Correct.
Wow.
And that is called what?
They are called the healer's gloves.
No, but that particular action, does it have a name?
No. It's just an interact action. it's just an effect
Yeah,
of the healer's gloves.
One interaction action.
Oh, okay, I was just wondering, like, if I use it, what if there was a name I would attach to that?
Like super move, like super heal.
Super heal.
Quick heal.
And let's see.
The oh shit heal.
It's like, no heal.
I think it's
Be a good way to bring someone back up to their feet. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, yeah. Can it be used in battle?
If you do a battle medicine check, then yes, because you're technically using your medicine roll for battle medicine. That would be. You can use the effect in combat because it is an action, so it would be like using a normal heal spell or something to that effect.
Interesting.
Okay, I was using the plural. All right, that's why I couldn't find it.
To get picky, can it also be combined with another heal? Or, like, is it a separate enough action that could be one action on one person, and then a heal, I could use a different heal on another person?
That would be normal because it uses one of your 3 actions to be able to use that effect. So you would have 2 actions to use a heal spell on someone else.
Okay, so it doesn't count as using a spell then?
No, it is not a spell. It does not consume a spell slot. It is,
okay.
That's why you can only use it once per day. It takes a full day for the energy of the healing to revitalize.
So it's almost like a channel divinity kind of thing.
Kind of, sorta, yeah. You can think of it that way. It basically, every long rest you get to, You get a free heal on someone without using a spell slot.
That's fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Gwen then immediately starts trying to figure out how to write the raccoon a thank you letter.
Just pray every night to your god and also to the raccoon.
Absolutely. I'll add him to my list of creatures I pray for.
So, the gloves that Kentrell has. So you look at them and you try and examine them. The gloves kind of turn goopy and then turn into like this like sludge in your hands, and then they solidify back into what looks like a mummified hand, and there is a necklace on it.
A necklace in there.
Yeah, so it's a charm necklace. That and then the gloves and the necklace, the hand and the necklace came from the gloves. And when you look at the item, you know that what you have is what's called the Hand of the Mage. And what this does is it's a golden chain. It's very beautiful, except it has this weird mummified elf hand at the end of it. And at the cost of 2 actions, you can cast Mage Hand.
Alrighty.
And that's as long as you're wearing this particular amulet.
Wearing the amulet. Okay. I put on the amulet, and then I look back at the gloves.
The gloves are gone.
The gloves are completely gone. Okay, so basically they were holding the holding the necklace, and now there is a mummified elf hand around my neck.
Pretty much, yes.
Stylish.
How big is that then?
Well, it'd be the same size as my hand, except shrunken. So
yeah, shrunken and gnarled.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll tuck it in between the robe and the undershirt. Just kind of in between space.
Yeah, it's not quite fashionable.
But also not quite nice to the skin.
No.
Actually, there's no discomfort while wearing it. I mean, you feel a little weird because you have a mummified elf hand, on your person, but the item itself causes you no discomfort.
I've had weirder things just hanging off of my eyebrows, so.
And then finally, Shothra. So as you're looking at your axe, you notice it's fundamentally different. What you are holding now is a low-grade cold iron great axe.
Oh my. Cold iron?
Yes. So basically, it's the same as what your axe was, except it is now made of low-grade cold iron.
Ooh.
And you know that because you've from your training with gladiatorial stuff and being a warrior in general, you know that demons are affected adversely by cold iron. Also, some fey creatures. So it does not impart any magical boosts, but it will affect anything that can be harmed by cold iron. So anything that has a weakness to cold iron is fully affected by this axe now.
So it still does the same amount of damage as a regular great axe?
Potentially more depending on the creature you strike.
Okay.
You know that different creatures have different levels of weakness towards cold iron. You do know that the grade of the cold iron limits the number of runes that can be attached to it. So as far as you're aware right now, with the grade that this is, the highest you can possibly do is, as far as you know, is making it a +1 striking weapon if you ever have the appropriate runes.
Mm-hmm.
So you can the thing with the grade of the grade of specialty metals for arms and armament is basically determines the number of runes you can place on them to make them more powerful. So you can increase the strength of this weapon. However, you can't make it amazingly powerful. You would need a higher grade of cold iron to actually increase it beyond what you think you can do it right now. Whether or not that's the case, or you can confirm it, you'd have to talk to someone who has a crafting ability, like a blacksmith or something like that, who can give you more insight on what you can do with this weapon now.
Awesome. Maybe it'll be helpful with the demons that could be nearby.
Possibility? You don't know if they're demons?
Oh no, they're demons. They sure look like them, though.
I mean, they're creepy looking things, for sure.
All we know is that they just don't. They're just not right.
No.
Yes. Again, that is definitely true. They're definitely not right. There is something afoot, as one would say. These things are definitely. And he is gone. So poof.
Aww.
So you guys are up. You're in the mausoleum. The door is still barred. What are you guys doing?
I want to tell the others about my dream. So I'll explain that before we heard the music and saw the raccoon, I was having a very unsettling dream. There was mist, and then there were these cards floating, and then the cards coalesced, and I had this urge to choose one, and I chose one, and it had an image of a knight kneeling on it, and it didn't leave a bad feeling, but I think that someone's looking for me, but
You see Cantrell just kind of give you the strangest look, like he's looking at like a magical item when he does it, and I feel like there's a need for me to know whether or not I know the existence of the deck of many things.
Give me an Arcana check for recall knowledge.
All right, Arcana. Well, that was not even in the box. Okay. Total of a 26.
Alrighty. So with the 26, you know full well that there are several magical decks in the universe, and several of them contain this type of card, and you know that this card represents a companion who is obligated to serve the person who pulled the card, and when they meet, that person will be in the card puller's servitude until they die. Or
Cantrell just kind of goes wide-eyed for a moment.
Can I do an out of character thing here for a moment?
Sure.
Is that the same thing that your bear folk got into the wild? Oh my goodness gracious!
The only reason why you don't have it right now is because the level that it is will make the upcoming encounter, the upcoming few encounters, really easy, and I don't want to have to gear them up to deal with that character, because then the possibility is you'll die, because he's a few levels higher than what you guys currently are. You will get him, you will get him shortly. I will tell you that. But
who shortly?
They basically Gwenin pulled the knight from the deck of many things. The knight is a level 5 warrior who is under your servitude as a loyal companion until the day the wielder of the puller dies, or they die, one of the two. So it is they're not a slave. They're just, for some mystical reason, they have this inexplicable urge to serve and keep you protected until, like I said, either the person who pulled the card died or they themselves die.
Huh.
So is it gonna be like one of your characters or something?
It is not one of my characters.
I was kind of hoping the little bear would come join us.
No, no.
It'll actually be a half elf.
If it would be, it's specifically a warrior, and I don't have any warriors in Pathfinder. I'm pretty much going to give you control of one of the Pathfinder pregens. And for some reason, this campaign doesn't have the pregen folder. Other ones I've used do have it, so I'm not exactly sure why this one doesn't have the pregen folder. So I have to pull the pregen in from another campaign to give it to you. I just presumed it was there because all my other Pathfinder games had a pregen folder for the pregen characters. So pretty much there are 2 pregen warriors in Pathfinder that are standard. They're not game breaking, so basically I'm gonna pull in the 5th level version of that warrior, and then just you'll have access to it, Siva, once I pull that in. I just have to grab it from another campaign.
Well, what a boon for the party. Wow.
Eventually, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was about to say we're finally getting the appropriate challenge rating, but oh well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. So.
It is, yes.
All right. So
They level as we level, they level as
yes.
well, right?
Every time you hit a milestone well, this is how it's gonna work. Unlike the high level campaigns where other characters have it, for this one, the warrior won't increase in level until you guys reach the 6th level milestone. So that way, at that point, you'll be leveling in tandem, and I don't have to jerry-rig CR values for the campaign. So I don't have to worry about putting you into fights that are too tough because you have a character who's several levels higher than you. So that's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that would just be broken.
So you will have a slight level advantage going forward. However, the CR difficulty, once the knight adds to the party, will change because you'll have a higher level companion. But it'll be that way until you guys get to the point where you are equal level, and then you'll all level together. As that being if it's still alive. So
We're gonna make sure it stays alive.
that's the easiest way for me to actually handle it and not have to do too many things to the campaign to justify. So
Well, in the meantime, I guess we could make him a bouncer.
It'd be a great bouncer for the circus.
Yeah. Well, that was certainly a very welcomed wake up. But
So Gwennon is just kind of overwhelmed with this news and everything that Cantrell
I haven't
has
told
been
you
through.
anything.
You haven't told me. Oh, okay.
Nope.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm just kind of giving you the quizzical look.
Okay.
So, what say you to taking out these demons?
Ashal's gonna grab her ads all nice and shiny and ready to go, but let's go. And she said, "I'm by the door. I want to test this new axe out."
So we all got our long rest, and we have all our spell slots and everything back now?
That is correct. Long rest, full hit points. Any wounds that were not treated are gone from the long rest. So you're Your wound markers are gone. All your spell slots have been returned. You are ready for, well, I presume you're ready for whatever you want to do right now.
Getting to that bell tower, we'll have to go through the inside. I'm not climbing the outside of a church. It just looks weird.
Plus, I'm sure no one will make that happy.
Usually, in my experience of churches, there should be stairs, so it shouldn't be too bad.
That's good news. Shall we away?
We shall.
Kind of give a look around, make sure nothing's really changed. Is the bag of dead bodies that was right here still there?
Yep.
Okay. Need to adjust my windows. There we go. Now I can see everything. Start. Lead the way, Shothar.
Yep. Follow me. She's gonna she wants to just stare at her axe all day, but she knows she can't. It's a nice axe.
That's what she said.
Gwennon, of course, is wearing the gloves and keeps looking down at admiring how pretty they are. And you said they were white lace?
They are white. They are a very fine cloth.
Oh, okay.
There is a little bit of lacing towards the end of them. They're not made of leather because you have you don't feel any loss of dexterity in your hands from using them. But you do know that having them on, you don't really feel that they're on, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're wearing clouds.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're literally wearing, nothing on your hands as far as you can tell. But 100% full well that you're wearing something on your hands. It's just, they don't impede your manual dexterity whatsoever.
Notices one of the bodies on the cart path.
I'm just gonna take a step over him. Disgusting creatures.
Indeed.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Does look like we have a way in. And it just kind of points off in this direction.
Yep. That definitely looks like a way in.
Let's go up the stairs then. As she
Alright.
keeps her axe in her hands. Doink.
Okay. When you get there, everyone. Okay. So stop right
Yeah.
there once you're.
Okay. Stopping.
So a wide high porch of white wood fronts the town church. 2 stained glass windows face the road. One to the north depicts Abadar, the master of the first vault, and one to the south is emblazoned with dozens of golden keys. Both are broken in several places, with bits of yellowish glass littering the porch. The door frame around the wood and brass door is splintered. And as you step onto the porch, it is like this damage is obvious.
Does it look like it came from the inside or the outside?
It looks like a mix of both, honestly.
Just shattered. Okay.
This doesn't look good.
No, it does not.
Do you want me to open the door for you?
I think I should be the one opening the door.
Well, I can do so without being at the door.
Oh, okay, yeah, we'll do that.
So it kind of just moves forward a little bit, slowly.
Before we do that,
Yeah.
can I look? Can I sneak by the window? We should probably sneak by the window.
I actually kind of want to peek in sneakily. So I go up to look through the window that's cracked.
All right. So I need a perception. I need a stealth check for you.
Okay, stealth check. Let's see.
Since you're trying to be unnoticed.
16 on stealth.
Okay. Alrighty. So let's see. Let me give you a quick descriptor. So,
Okay.
the nave is filled with long wooden pews marred by long claw marks. Comfortable cushions of gold velvet have been shredded, their feathers, stuffing piled out upon the benches, and the wood floor. Leather-bound books have been yanked from the small wooden shelves built in the back of each of the pews and torn apart. Their illuminated pages mixed with the accumulated mess that covers the ground. A chancel at the west end of the nave contains an altar in front of a magnificent mural of Abadar and other gods defeating the monstrous Rovagug. The altar has the appearance of a desk, although its cloth of gold covering, abacus, scales, and ledgers are ripped and knocked over. In the northwest corner of the sanctuary, an overturned stone font leans towards a stone door. And you see two creatures in there. You see this familiar looking thing.
Yes.
No, I'm so ready to kill that thing.
That one. Right.
And then you see this thing you've not seen before.
When Abaddon's name is that crap? It's definitely not a tiefling.
Yeah, no. Not a tiefling.
All right. We'll continue towards the door.
Give me 1 second though. I just want to check something out.
Oh.
Are you going to tell us what you're seeing, Cantrell?
Not yet, because I don't want the barbarian just rushing in real quick. Because
I will
otherwise,
totally do
she's
that.
just gone.
I don't want the barbarian to go into murder hobo mode.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Angie murder mode.
It's like, I've got the trigger. Do I want to pull it yet?
No, don't pull it yet. She's gonna go. That thing taunted her and she does not like it.
Alrighty. So
It's about 50 feet away.
alright, so what are you doing?
You said the door was slightly broken through?
The door is splintered. Like it looks like the door looks like it got Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, so there's no door.
Oh
Yeah,
Doors were 20 by accident.
there's a door.
There's an archway.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, there is
the portcullis.
Yeah, there's some hinges with some scraps of wood still attached to them. If that's what you call a door, then yes.
Okay.
So are we in combat yet?
No, not yet.
You're not in combat yet.
Would I be allowed at this point to cast? What would be the length of it though? I was wondering if I could cast
Divine
guidance.
Oh, guidance.
Actually, guidance on each of them. If it would hold long enough that I could do that, and then they would have that.
Guidance is a singular target for 1 round, and it lets them get a bonus to their ability check.
Okay, so I would.
I think you're thinking of bless.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was hoping that guidance was sort of like bless, but it isn't.
No,
then.
Guidance.
Bless would be.
Guidance is a skill enhancement.
Yeah. Okay. So, and they can't choose, so it's not something you can cast ahead and then they can pick when they would use it.
No.
Okay, I see.
It has a specified duration. If you cast it now, then the duration ticker goes off. So right now you're in exploration mode. The things inside either don't notice you or have chosen not to attack you, and you've chosen not to attack them. So,
I just kind of look over at my friends and say, platform 2, including the one that taunted you.
Okay, and I'm going to whisper quietly. I want to cast bless on when we start combat, so don't run off.
Just start it off now. You're the catalyst. We'll go on your go.
You're gonna go on my go?
No, on Gwennon's go.
Okay.
Okay.
As
So
soon as you bless us, we go in.
I'm trying to see on this spell. I'm looking for it. They have to be within 5 feet of me, and it would last a minute, which is 10 rounds. But what I'm not seeing is how many people I can cast it on. In this.
Is it single target or is it?
Well, that's what I'm trying to see. You and your allies, so I could cast it on all of us, as long as you're within like this.
So you just move up.
So hold on a second. Let me tell you. So basically, So blessing is a 5-foot emanation. So basically anything within 5 feet of you. So they have to be adjacent to you when you cast it. That's the difference between the 5e and this particular version of bless. The blessing from your unhelped companions strike true. You and your allies gain a +1 status bonus to attack while within the emanation once per turn. So that's the caveat. So basically.
So wait, we're only blessed when we're right next to each other?
Well, okay, so there's the spell.
That is weird.
No, I have to be within 5 feet when I cast it.
Oh.
Okay, that's
so
why I'm saying don't everybody run off in all directions.
Well, the way that I heard it was that basically as long as we're within 5 feet of you, we are blessed for that 1 minute.
Yeah. So basically what it is there is no range. It comes off of the healer. So how bless works is basically while you're within 5 feet of Gwennon, you have the +1 to attack. At the start of her turn successively, you don't have to sustain. It's a non-sustaining spell. It has a set duration. At the beginning of your turn, you have the option, if you choose to use the concentrate trait. Sorry, you have to be. Tongue twister.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, you can, Gwennon, at the cost of an action, choose to expand the emanation by 5 feet. So basically, first round.
Oh.
So first round, as long as everyone's within 5 feet of you, they have a +1 to attack. You then, at your next round, can choose to expand the emanation from 5 feet to 10 feet, which will then leave you with 2 actions. And then successively, every time you spend an action to concentrate on the spell, you can extend the emanation for the spell. So technically, if you do that for the full duration, you can have a 50-foot emanation from you, because it's 10 rounds. 10 times 5 is 50. And then basically anything that is considered an ally for you within 50 feet of you gets that bonus.
Okay. Well, let's try it and just see if it's helpful.
Alrighty. So keep in mind, I will, since you're trying to do this as a tactical measure, I'll let you know that I'll put an aura on you when you cast it, and basically anyone outside of that aura will not get the benefit. So you have to be next to the allies who are in combat for them to get that. And then every time you tell me you're going to concentrate on it, I'll increase the aura so that way you can see where and who's affected by it.
Okay, so would you allow me to move here and then cast?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to move between Cantrell and Shasta right there, yeah, you can totally do that.
Okay, so that's what I'd like to do then before we...
Alrighty. So then... And then I just need to know, once she casts this, are you going to attack or are you going to stay in exploration mode?
Stay in exploration mode for now.
Alrighty. So then...
So does the time move differently in exploration mode?
Yeah, it doesn't go round by round. I need to know, I'll put you in initiative so you can tell me what you're doing. But the second you engage in combat or do something that engages you in combat, you're going to be out of exploration mode. So...
so the spell would start now, and I just keep track of the rounds?
I will keep track of that. Give me a second. Let me clear this.
Okay.
So clear. Alrighty. So, everyone roll your initiative.
Okay. Okay. Would I be using my stealth or just my perception?
You would be using stealth since you're using stealth currently.
Okay.
And the rest of us would be off perception?
Correct. Unless you're also using stealth.
Alright, so that's that.
Actually, I think I would probably try to use stealth.
All right, then you would roll your.
So it would be my D20 plus my stealth, right?
Correct.
I have a horrible stuff. I'm not using my stealth.
So that would be 8. Okay, we don't have this up yet.
Were your tokens not selected? You have to.
No.
You have to. Okay, so hold on. Let me do this then. Let me make it easier for you. There you go.
So the initiative then becomes what you roll plus the whole number of the stealth or the decimal?
Whatever the activity. The decimal is if you're for tiebreakers. So let's say, you and Cantrell are using stealth, which is based off dexterity. So basically your decimal would be your dexterity score to issue a tiebreak.
Okay, all right.
Boom. That, yeah.
So mine would be... So then the dexterity would be like this?
No, your actual dexterity score, not the modifier.
Oh, okay. So got it.
Hey. Alrighty. So Gwennon casts Bless.
Yeah.
So give me a second. Okay. Just putting it on there so I know, and it has. Okay, so it's 1 minute, so it has 50 rounds. Yeah.
1 minute is 50 rounds? I thought it was 10.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 10. Sorry, I got the. Whoa.
I was like in the 50s, so I was being quiet.
Someone's happy.
Error Society.
Okay, and it's gonna have a.
I think you stopped. That's my wonderful guinea pig.
Yay.
Crap. Give me a sec. I need to mark it differently.
I thought he was like an emergency siren.
No. He wants to put in his input.
He's probably just jealous of the raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So
You can't do tricks like that.
Gwen cast Bless. I'm gonna say that since you are actually at the top of the order, so that's your 2 actions. You cast Bless. You have an action left. What are you doing?
Okay, I am going to move over to this side of the door just to be that much closer.
All right.
Okay.
Control.
Shathra. The one that taunted you is on the dais there at the other side of the room.
Oh.
And I will hold an act. Well, I will ready an action.
Let me do this real. Because right now we have these primary aura. Like that. Alright, cool. So right now, there's a 5-foot aura coming off of Gwenin. Anyone who's in that aura gets the +1.
Right. My ready action is when Shathra makes her first attack. I will cast a spell we're all familiar with.
Alright, so you have to spend 2 actions to ready an action.
Yep, and it'll be telekinetic projectile.
Alright.
In the meantime, that is pretty much my turn.
Alright.
Being held.
So, Shathra, what are you doing?
Can I pop rage before combat or no?
You're in exploration mode. Yeah, you can, but the thing is, you have to get. I believe you have to hit someone, or you lose your rage within a round. So you want to make sure you're close enough to at least make an attack at someone, so you don't lose the rage.
Okay, no, then I'm not gonna do that just yet. That'd be great. She's gonna come to the doorway and she's gonna scream at the little thing, and she's gonna, "I found you!" And she's gonna charge in.
Okay.
With another 20 feet.
Okay.
She's right there.
You have. You can move. You can move more.
One more time.
You can not. Well, your stride. Your stride is longer than that.
I can only move 20 feet, so I used.
She started here.
I started there. That's 15.
20, 15,
so
35.
So you started here, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. So your movement is 30, correct?
My movement is 20.
How is your movement 20 and you're an orc?
Apparently my armor takes speed down like from 5 or some sort of.
Oh, you have an armor that gives you a speed penalty. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was like, what in the world? Okay, so 15, 20, and then so 40 puts you right there.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm not cheesing you, but the second you step into that square, there was a readied action waiting for you to step into that square, or anyone to step into that range, and
Oops.
Did we just go down on Twitch?
No.
No, it's still. I still have my OBS. It still says it's streaming.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
we're good.
Okay, I got a network error.
Okay. I was like,
Okay.
whew.
Oh,
I
that
was-
happens.
I was like, I'm still streaming. I don't. It's not saying anything weird.
Oh,
I was like, the only application I've been having network issues recently has been Destiny for some reason, but everything else has been fine,
Yeah.
and that's been really annoying me because freaking, it's like every time I get to the end of one of my missions, it's like, oh, contacting Destiny servers. I'm like,
Oh,
like,
15 minutes wasted.
yeah, I'm like, mother effer, I just spent like 15 minutes going through this goddamn strike, and you're gonna kick me at the end? At the end, really?
Yeah, some
Of course.
ridiculous stuff. Yeah, at least you didn't get booted out during a raid.
Oh my god, dude, I am terrified to do raids right now because I don't know if I'm gonna last the whole way through.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing: like, as long as there's at least one person from that 6-man group, you can join in on them. So,
Okay.
yeah, you don't have to worry too much about that. But if everybody drops at the same time, that's an issue.
Okay, so let's see. So basically, there's a crap ton of debris, like around, and basically it basically picks up like literally a chunk of broken desk that's in front of it, and when you get to that point, it just throws it at you.
Oh, right. I still have 18 AC, so.
Not raging this time.
Nope, not yet. That will be in a minute.
Okay, so that is a 26, so that is a hit.
Oh, dang it.
At least it's not a crit.
Nope, it was getting there.
Okay, so you're gonna take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's a big ouch. Oh, this is a good start.
Alrighty, and you still have your last action.
Can I move another 40 feet?
A 20?
Or no? Another 20
Yep.
feet?
Throw an axe.
You know, I could, but I don't get the bonus from Raging Thrower, so.
Eh.
Um,
I mean, if you attack, I attack.
Also, I'm presuming you have your two-handed out, so you'd have to draw your hand axe, so you wouldn't
Yeah, that
have
too.
enough actions to throw it.
She's gonna get mad. She's gonna get angry.
Alright, so you can spend an action to rage.
Yep, spend my last action to rage.
That's not a bad move, considering you get your resistance to bludgeoning. From
I
that.
do?
So,
I didn't know that I get resistances to bludgeoning with that.
let me double check. I think it's the same.
It should be all non-magical
I think It's
damage.
the same as 5e. And you get resistance to all. I know it's slightly different than what you get in 5th edition, but I will tell you. So let's see. Your rage. You should have this marked down. Yeah. So you tap into your fury. You get temporary hit points equal to your level plus your Constitution modifier, so don't forget
Yep.
that.
Yep, I never forget that.
Alrighty, and this lasts for 1 minute until there are no enemies to perceive, or until you fall unconscious, whichever comes first.
Oh, so all you need to do is see them.
Yep.
Huh.
You deal 2 additional damage. You take a -1 to your AC. You can't use actions that require concentration. Yeah, so you don't get resistances, you just get temp HP. Sorry, that's the difference.
Okay, I was about to say, I would have known if I had resistances.
Yep. Alrighty. So you are raged,
Mm-hmm. I'm angry.
and it is now. Let me add these
Especially,
guys.
especially after being a table chucked at me. She's not happy.
Well, I mean, it's kind of their thing. That's what they do. Let me add these guys. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Let's turn. Let's see. One second here. Gonna put their initiative in now that they're actually in combat. And you're officially out of exploration mode. So,
Huzzah!
huzzah! Okay.
Oh boy.
Alrighty, so shuffle those. Oof. Bless. That's by one. Alrighty, so this thing goes, and it is going to.
By the way, as we're in the skill thing or the book is still over our cameras.
Oh, oops, sorry. That will. I need to get a third monitor. Sorry. I keep forgetting I can't cover my zoom window because it literally covers the cameras because zoom, because of the way we have to capture it. It's just so silly. Alrighty, so let's see. It's going to hurl more junk at you.
Oh,
Let's see.
table was bad enough.
Actually, hold on a second. Let's see. Okay. It's not going to do that. Okay, and it's going to hurl debris. Did it
Sorry.
Okay, I was like, did a guitar string?
That was
break?
my arm. That was my arm. That was my bow microphone.
Spinning
do that
around
sometimes.
something.
Yeah.
I was like someone tightened that D string too tight.
Seriously.
Like I've done that before. I recognize that sound. It's not a happy sound.
My brother and my sister would both know that. They practiced the guitar and on the bass. Oof.
Alrighty, so let's see. So
To me, any sound like that could also be a supporting cable that was holding something letting go.
that is
No,
the
not in this
worst sound.
case.
Okay, I've ridden elevators and I've heard that sound. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been in elevators where there's been a cable malfunction. Not great. You want to talk about terrifying? Yeah, you know. Ooh, that is actually a crap roll. That's gonna miss.
Yay!
Rolled a 2 on that.
No debris falling on me.
That's okay. That's 2 more actions.
Oh crap! How many times can he do? Oh, it's a cantrip. That's right.
Well, it's a range for them. Like he's literally picking up junk and throwing it. Like
Oh, I thought he was using the spell.
No,
He's
literally
a
picking up
tosser.
junk.
yeah, he's literally picking up debris and hurling it at you. Like so, he's basically throwing like ripped up books, broken desks, like a random broken chair leg, whatever he can grab. Like if you look around, like everything is broke. There's debris everywhere. He's just basically grabbing stuff that's within 5 feet of him and hurling it at you. This is literally what he's doing.
Oh boy. Why did you hit with a book?
All right, with a -5, that's a miss because that's another crap ass roll. Let's see if I get a crit, because that would be awesome.
No, it wouldn't. I'm not getting critted by a book.
And yep, that's a fail with the minuses on that. So he misses all 3 times. He's very unhappy.
I'm not. I'm happy.
Okay, and okay, those were the other guys. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see. All right, 35. So this guy right here, he's going to. He's flying, so he's gonna fly right here, so he's not blocking the other guy from throwing stuff at you.
Ah, he's smarter than the average bear.
And he's gonna try and scratch you with his claws.
I'm not that again.
Oh, you remember what this does, right?
I don't know what that does. It didn't really say anything. It just felt weird. Oh, it took HP away from me.
Alrighty, that's definitely gonna be a hit.
Oh, dang it.
So, alright, so you're gonna take 4 points of slashing.
Okay. Do I have to make a save?
You're gonna have to make a fort save. You take another 3 points of some sort of negative damage, because no one did a recall knowledge on these things, so you just
18 for fortitude.
all right, you don't feel any additional effects. You're golden.
I take. You said 3 more damage.
And he's gonna take another swipe at you.
Oh wait. For the negative damage, how much was that? Was it 3?
The slashing damage was 4, and the negative damage is 3.
Okay.
I will tell you out of character that it's evil damage. Let's see, that is -4, so that is an 8 plus 9, so that's a 16, and that
is a miss.
Just misses you.
Oh. He's like, yeah, nice big old axe to the face in a minute.
Very unhappy. All right, Gwennon, it is your go. I need to know if you're going to increase your emanation or not.
Okay, so that's one action to do that, right? Yes, I will.
Okay, so you spend an action to increase your emanation.
Just so you know, I'm not moving.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the aura moves with you, so don't worry.
Yeah, now I have just realized something. I was checking, I'm going to put this up in our Roll20. I have that feat. Is that feat something that is with me all the time or has uses per day?
No, yeah. So basically, like whenever you cast the heal spell, you roll d10s, not d8s.
Yeah, and I should have been doing, like, I've had that since forever.
Okay, yeah. That is your
overheal.
Bad. That is your bad. I feel bad that you haven't been using it, but I'm not gonna babysit.
No, and that's perfectly fine. I was kind of looking through my feats and things and thinking, okay, because we were talking about like domain spells and other things, and it just struck me as I was reading through. I mean, this is perfectly fine. So I know going forward that I have this, so it'll be D10s, not D8s, which is nice.
And it's only when you cast the heal spell. It's not your medicine checks.
Right. Okay. So my first action then is to increase the radiation. My second action is going to be to move. So
Radiation.
Oh,
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right, not wrong. It's healing. It's healing radiation. It's just it's the good microwave energy, not the bad kind.
okay, so I am going to move myself to there. And then, so I only have one action left, right?
Yep.
Okay. And those gloves, if I use that heal, that's a touch. I actually have to touch somebody, right?
Correct. That is the caveat.
Yeah, you have to actually be in contact with them.
You would actually have to be in contact with the person to use that.
Okay.
So if you were thinking about using it on Shothra, you have the range. You could have moved right next to her if you wanted
yeah,
to.
I think because she took that heavy hit to start, I'm going to move the one more square to here, and I will do that.
Alrighty.
So now so that basically is 2d6 plus 7, and that is not in any way affected by.
Yep, it doesn't cost you any spell slots or anything.
Okay.
But that now you've used it for the day, so you can't use it again until tomorrow.
Okay.
Or technically a long rest.
Okay, so that's going to be a heal for a total of 17.
hell yeah! I'm about up to pass full.
Well, it doesn't take you past full.
I know, but
We
I'm
were
back to
we
full
were
health.
hoping.
Okay.
Alrighty, so that was actually a good turn. Cantrell, it's your go, so your held action is gone.
Yep, held action is gone. I get all my actions back.
But you lose that spell slot. Well, it was a cantrip, so I don't have to worry.
It was a cantrip.
Never mind.
I will actually come into the room and actually kind of just, stand up on top of this pew right here. And I will cast the telekinetic throw spell.
Oh, you're gonna do what he did just to me.
Yep. Just the same object, too. Like, just stop. No. Back to you. But instead of the big guy, I'm going to throw it at the little guy.
Yeah, because the big guy's not in range, I don't think.
Yeah. Correct. So the little guy, I need to hit with... Oh, bloody heck. Okay, open it back up. It is a ranged spell attack. Okay, so... And because I'm within 10 feet of Gwynin, I get Bless.
Yep, so you have a +1 to the attack.
Okay, so let's see. Okay. Let's see. AC 19?
19 will hit the small guy, yes.
All right, and the damage on that, I believe, was a d6. Yes. Plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is 4. So d6 plus 4. 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Alrighty. Did not appreciate that.
And that is all my turns.
Alrighty. So...
Get to use my shiny new axe.
Fun DM things. So, after Cantrell goes, this thing, poop.
Aw. He gets kudos.
Oh. That one.
Yeah, they can kind of do a thing.
Oh, dang.
So, it appears, and it's like, hey, I'm going to take some swings at you.
Okay.
So, it's going to swing twice.
Oh, there's another one.
Because it had to move. Yes, there is another one.
Uh-oh.
This guy.
Yep. Okay. 7. Oh, God, a 13 is not going to hit you.
Nope.
And that worst roll is not going to hit you. All right, so it whiffs 2 times.
I just kind of feel the wind behind my neck. I'm like...
Alrighty, Shothra, it's your go.
I'm ready to freaking kill this thing and chop his head off. Okay, hopefully I can. $17 to hit.
17 hits its AC. Actually, is that did you count the +1 for the bless?
I did. That's why I got the. There was 6. There was an 8, and I have an 8 to attack. And then the +1.
Alrighty. So how much?
My Bobby Otter said is not doing so well right now.
All right.
12 damage.
Alrighty. So you think you do 12 damage, but you feel that the axe sinks in a little bit more than what it is, and you can tell it did a little bit of extra damage. And like when you hit this thing with your axe, like it looks at you with like oh shit eyes.
She's look at her and be like, "Didn't expect that one, now did ya?"
Yeah, it is really super not happy with what you just did to it.
Do it again.
She's gonna tell back to her. I am gonna do it again. She's gonna tell back to everyone else. Right? These things are either demons or fae. So we know which one they are. We don't know which one, but there's some. There were 2.
I would assume the horns would mean Fey, especially with those scales.
That's 19. $15?
15 will miss, sadly.
Yeah, let's go for crit fish. That is not crit fish. Misses
right.
after that.
Alrighty.
Going back to the green set.
Alright, so when this thing sees what you did to its little guy, it's like, yeah, it is not happy with what you done did. So let's see, what is your movement?
Like, is that one like just like a chunky version of these little ones, or is he like a completely different look?
It is a completely different looking being. It is like the little guys are tiny. This guy is full medium size. It's like, you know.
Oh.
He's got some big pecs though, if you look at the picture.
Yeah, like it is like this just ugh, thing. And it's going to, let's see, 5, 15, 20. So it like just waddles down to in front of you.
Great, I don't have to move.
Okay, sweet. Okay. And it is going to do something very not pleasant. Okay, so it is going to try and bite you.
Ew.
No.
Alright, so it opens up this nasty maw, and it's going to try and take a chunk out of you. Oh, come on. That might still hit you, though. Let's see, +9. Actually, yeah, because it has a better... So that's going to be 6. That's 23. Yep, that's a hit.
Oh man.
So it bites you. And
Ew.
let's see.
That's gonna be disgusting.
I need a fortitude save, please.
27 for fortitude save.
You said 27?
Uh-huh.
Alright, you do not feel any adverse effects.
Good, I don't want him giving me rabies or something.
Grr.
That sounds like a lot of dice.
Who knows where those teeth have been?
Not a great roll. Could have rolled better.
Where's our paladin when you need him to remove disease?
So that's 15 total points from the bite.
Oh my goodness.
Ouch.
Yep.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
It's the
I don't
strongest.
like it.
It's the strongest attack it has. It basically knows you have a weapon that can do extra damage to it. So it's like it needs to get rid of you.
Great. Wonderful.
And that is also going to be a hit.
Oh no, not another 15 damage.
I need another saving throw, please.
Oh no, oh no. Oh jeez. That'd be a 17.
All right, so. Actually, this one is a little bit better. This is going to be 18 points of damage.
Oh boy. I'm really hurtly bad. I'm down to like 9 hit points now.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty,
Yeah. The fat boy does not like me.
Okay, and it moves, so it can't do a third action. Okay.
Well, that's good. He probably would have killed me for that crit.
Alright, so the little small guy, he's gonna try and attack you. He's like, we need to get rid of your ass. Alright, so let's see. So he's gonna take swing 1 and miss. Okay, and he's gonna try swing 2 and miss. And he's gonna try and fly away. So let's see.
Oh, he is not flying away again.
So let's see.
Hit him.
He's not getting one of my little small axes in his face.
So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Do you actually have a reaction?
No, I wish.
No, yeah, you have only fighters.
I'd take defeat.
Yeah, fighters get it. And poof. So it is outside. That is so it is like it ran. It's like I don't want to be near because it knows you're gonna get to go before it does, and it's like I'm gonna die if that thing hits me. So it moved. All right, Gwennon.
Alrighty. I have another question about that healing hands. So it says I roll d10s. So is it d10s plus a d plus 10 now, or is it d10 plus 8?
No, the actual die rolls are d10s. It's
okay. So it's
so
two...
if you use the 2 action, it's still plus 8. It's just
okay.
You roll a d10 instead of a d8.
Right. So it becomes the 2 action becomes 2d10 plus 8.
If you're doing it at second level, it would be 2d10 plus 16. If you're doing it at first level, it's d10 plus 8. If you heightened your spell, which your second level, you can't because you don't have access to second level spell slots. So it's d10 plus 8 if you cast it.
D10 plus 8. Okay. So I'm going to use my first action to increase that bless by another 10 feet or 5 feet.
Okay, so.
And looking around, I'm not in any danger there, so I can cast the 2 action heal on Shathra, which would be 2d10 plus 8, right?
D10 plus 8.
D10 plus 8. I'm sorry. That's right. D10 plus 8. As I say, I think my math skills I don't know, something happened to them over Christmas. Okay, so she is healed for 9.
All right.
Got a stick on that, so.
Okay.
But I
So,
mean, it's more hit points than she had,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's my turn.
all right, Cantrell.
We'll back away from the little imp-looking dude.
All right. Oh, and Shothra, that bite that it gave you before the one you failed the saving throw.
Oh crap.
There's a very nasty scar on it.
Oh man.
Like it looks like the flesh where it bit you just looks like mangled.
He just gave me rabies.
Actually, we will continue moving. Let's see. I'm basically moving through tough terrain, going through the pews, right?
Yep. If you're moving through the pews, that's going to be difficult terrain. So double the movement.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I might have to take that back then.
And I'm going to be nice and not make you roll acrobatics checks.
Right. Well, let's see. 5, 10, 20, 30. Okay. So from there, I'm going to cast a spell. Let's see. And I think, yeah. So we'll just do another telekinetic projectile at Big Boy this time.
Okay.
Woo! At 20!
Yeah.
Roll the damage.
So
Right.
that's 2d6 plus 4 or 2d6 plus 8?
Does it use your ability score?
Yeah, ability score.
So then you double the die roll and the ability score.
Okay, so 2d6 plus 8.
The only thing you don't double is if you're
If there's like magical properties like plus 1.
like if you're specialized in a weapon group, the criticals give you additional damage for the weapon group. That doesn't double. It's additive.
Gotcha.
It's because it's not cumulative. It's additive.
Okay. We are looking at 17 points of blunt damage as another pew piece just kind of flies. Actually, would I have been able to target that thing right there next to the door? Or would that be too big?
It's a large structure.
Okay,
It looks like it's leaned up against the door, like a bar.
Let's see. Okay, so basically, it's bigger than one bulk.
Yeah. Well, it's bigger than one bulk, and to destroy an object, you have to get through the hardness of the object first, where you can do full damage.
Oh, it wouldn't be destroying the object; it'd just be using the object.
Oh yeah, no, that is definitely not one bulk.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
That is not one bulk. That looks like it is of significant weight.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically just some random piece of wood just kind of flies up and hits him in the horns for 17 points.
Okay, just making sure.
Because I wanted to make sure too.
It's a nice idea, though.
Yeah. Kind of cool.
Alrighty.
Maybe if I heightened it later.
Okay, that's this one. Alrighty, this one's like alright. Let's see. This is easier target. Let's see. This one looks like this one's healing, so it's gonna go here. It's like you're like making people not die, so I need to make you die. Because that's what the boss says.
Oh no, it's going after Gwennon.
Alrighty, so the second one is a miss.
Oh, that's never good.
But the first hit, sadly, was a crit.
Oh no.
Oh.
So let's see. And so the claws do. Alrighty. So this is gonna be 2 points of slashing damage. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Most woeful crit ever. At least the evil damage is good. 6 points of evil damage.
So to a total of 8.
Yes.
It's not terrible.
No, that's not bad. I was expecting much worse.
I will need a saving throw, though. Fortitude.
A fortitude saving throw. So that would be. Ooh, okay, and I get a +5 on that. So.
Plus the 1 for your bless.
Oh dear. I'm going to put these dice somewhere far away. So.
Stop rolling sticks.
Yeah. So 2 and 5 is 7, and 1 for the bless is 8.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yep. Okay, that is definitely match. Alright, so we're gonna do one more round of finish up this round and then take a little break because we've been going for about 2 hours. And it's gonna take a little bit more before this combat's over. So Shathra.
So does anything more happen to me because I failed that throw?
Right now, no.
Okay.
But I'm gonna put a marker on you to remind me that something is happening to you.
Lovely. But I'm still standing.
Shathra, your go.
Uh, 19 to hit.
19. Let's see. That hits on the money.
This is gonna be furious finish. So the double damage, the bonus damage equal to number of rounds. It's been about 8 rounds since I popped it. Before combat started, or before I'd have to hit someone. So it's been about 2 rounds since I popped it, I think.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 8 bonus damage to my D12. Paid whammy. Oh, it would have been a 20 with the +1. So.
Yeah, well, that still definitely hits. Hope you roll good on that D12.
Uh, 4 + 3 + 8. That'd be 17 damage.
All right, still a good chunk.
And I'm now out of rage and fatigued.
All right, and you know that you did more damage than that 17.
Whoo!
I was hoping I'd do more, but my D12 didn't agree with me. I'm fatigued.
You took a big chunk out of it, and it is like.
I'm probably gonna die next turn anyway, so.
Alright, so let's see. So you're fatigued.
Yep, and it's not gonna matter if I die.
Alright.
It's just they can deal a lot of damage.
Alrighty, so before it does whatever it's gonna do, we're gonna take a quick break because we still have a lot more of this combat. And we've been going for a little while, so want to get up, stretch your legs, move around, do all that stuff. So we will be right back, and we will see you guys in a little bit.
Yeah, I was saying to Livel, I wanted to look up the healer's gloves in my source book, but I'm not seeing it
And
there.
we're back. Healer's gloves, I believe, are gonna be in the. It's gonna be in the magical items section. I can tell you specifically what page it's on if you want. Hold on.
Oh, or you could send it to me later if you want.
All right, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, we'd have to see the pretty gloves.
Yeah, because when I pulled it up online, it didn't pull the Pathfinder ones, but the ones online are the ones from 5e, I guess. Oh, could also heal disease, and I was wondering if these could or cure disease.
All right.
Yeah, these are specifically on page 612 of your core book.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Forgot how many pages that thing was.
It's hefty.
Well,
it would be a good thing to throw at a monster.
It's an all-in-one. So Paizo released a separate DM specific compendium that is an additive to what's in the core rulebook, but the core rulebook contains player, DMG, and item stuff.
That is ridiculous.
As well as like a minor bestiary. Like I think it has a handful of creatures in it, not a lot, but just enough for you to like get the basics down.
Just enough for a druid to start summoning animals.
Bakes of skeletons, humans, creature level -2s, 1s, and 0s type stuff. So
yeah,
nothing crazy. But so you guys are in the middle of a sticky wicket. Alrighty. So let's see. So this guy, he's gonna try and let's see. He's gonna try and take another chunk out of you again. What's he gonna do?
If he does, I'm probably gonna die. So.
No, you won't die. You'll just go down.
Yeah, well, go unconscious.
Yeah, he won't do that because that'll hurt him. Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna.
Need more rabies?
He's gonna try and it's not even rabies. You don't feel bad from it. You just
it's just a nasty scar.
Like it just like you've seen you've seen scars. Like this wound just looks like it's gonna scar badly.
Great, she's had another battle scar on her arm.
All right, so let's see.
I thought he maybe gave me rabies or something.
Yeah, no rabies. It has another effect that, if you didn't have the weapon you had, he would try and do, but yeah, he's not touching that thing.
It's a demon.
Alright, so that is horribleness. That is just miss, and the crit is a horribleness. So he whiffed all 3 times on you. So,
wow, and here I was gonna die.
Well, a 1, a 7, and a 3 aren't gonna do much for me as far as die rolls.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who's having luck like that today.
So yeah. So that is it's a big no-go on that. Let's see. This guy turns into a bat and flies away.
Again.
Actually, you as far as you know, that's what the last one did. But this one you don't know if it's the same one because they all look alike. But yeah, he's turning into a bat and he's piecing out. He's just like, y'all have fun with that. I'm out.
Was I ever really there?
Oh, he really does peace out.
He's gone. Well, he's gonna fly away around the building, and none of you have eyes on him. So unless you're gonna actively chase him, he's gone.
I wish. I'm a little bit busy.
All right, Gwennon, it is your go.
Okay. So there's still okay. So the first thing I will do is I will expand that blast another 5 feet.
Well, I will let you know that right now your aura comfortably covers Cantrell and Shathra. So unless you're gonna move somewhere where it may not do that, you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would recommend not doing
You
it.
don't. You're not. You don't have to. It's just an option. So right now you have enough coverage where unless you physically move, there's a chance. If you don't move, everyone's covered. It's only going to be if they move away from you further, or if you move away from them further, that you risk them not being in it.
Okay, so do I need to use an action to sustain it though?
No. You only,
okay.
You only have to spend an action to sustain if the duration specifically says sustained up to.
Okay.
If it just has a duration and doesn't have the word sustained in it, then that's just the duration of the spell.
Okay.
If it's longer than a round.
So I know that Shathra has taken a fair bit of damage, right?
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be a free action to ask her if she needs healing or no?
You can look at her and see that she is not 100%, especially with that, that nasty looking like bite she took like a round or two ago.
Okay. So I will do a now if I do a 1 action heal.
That's a touch, and that's just going to be a D10.
Because if I wanted to attack this little mob here or this one here, that would be a 2 action to do an attack, right?
If you're going to do a spell attack, yes.
Okay.
And
yeah, actually, if you have a melee weapon like a dagger.
And if you're gonna melee attack, it would still be, unless you had one drawn, you'd have to draw it and attack.
Yeah, so see, that's the thing, it's 2 actions, so I'm kind of all right, I think what I'll do is I'll do a 1 action D10 heal on Shathra.
All right.
Oh, and she's healed for 7. Cool. Now, is there a plus on that with, again, the
no
+8 or no? It's just the dice.
Yeah, the +8 only comes from the 2 action version.
Okay, so I'll do the single action on that. So she's healed for 7.
Yep, and now you have 2 actions left.
And then I will attack this gentleman here with my what is that weapon called? Been so long since I've actually hauled it out, it's almost going to be rusty.
A dagger?
Nope. I have the star knife. That's my weapon.
Yep. She's got this like big old giant ninja star attached to her back.
Yeah, if anyone's ever played Soul Calibur 5 and 6, I think the character's name was Tali or something like that.
Yeah, Tali.
Giant ring. Yeah.
One of my favorite characters. All
the performers.
All the speed demon babes were the ones I played in Soul Calibur. It was just
okay. So this runs off of dexterity, yes?
Correct. It is
all right. Okay. Fantastic.
Finesse weapon.
So that'll be then D20 plus my dex, right?
Correct.
Okay. Plus my proficiency or no?
Plus your proficiency. Are you? Well, yeah, because you're trained in it. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. So. Huh. No. Okay. Now I'm looking for my proficiency bonus, which I'm not seeing.
It'll if you have the weapon marked in the character sheet, it'll tell you what the plus is.
Okay. It's showing a 7.
So what's your dex?
My dex is 3.
Yep, that sounds right. 2 + 2.
So it'll be a D20 plus 7.
Yep.
Okay. So 16.
Against the little guy. Are you counting the +1?
Nope, that would make it one more than that. So that'd be 17.
All right, yeah. So with the +1, you hit.
Okay. And now I show this doing a D4 damage.
For the star knife, I think, yeah, that's what it does.
Plus Dex. So it's a D4 plus 3?
It's not plus Dex. Damage is always plus strength.
Oh, damage is plus strength. Okay. So, okay, yeah. So it's just the D4. So it's not much, but still. But I bring it out and do a very graceful sort of butterfly shape with it and slash across him. Doing 2 damage.
Star knife. Yep, it is a D4. I was just double checking. Great knife traits. Deadly 6. Yeah, it's like if you do roll a crit on it, it's deadly D6. So basically, it'll do an additional D6 of damage on crits. So FYI, just so you keep that in the back of your head.
See, I have the crit as a 1d10. So that's obviously wrong.
Yeah,
so it's 1d6 additional on a crit.
Yeah, it's because that's from the deadly trait. So one of its traits is deadly, and the deadly trait gives you a d6 additional damage when you crit. It doesn't get doubled. So basically, if you ever crit, it would be double your. So you'd roll a d4, double the d4, and then you would add a d6 because the trait damage from crit is an additive, not a cumulative.
So it's plus. It's okay. So it's 2.
No, yeah, it's if you're critting
2 times a D4.
Yep, to double
plus
the
6
plus a D6
plus a D6. Okay, got that.
No flat 6. There are very, 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 very few weapons that give a flat damage as additionals.
Okay.
Alrighty, and you said 2 points of damage?
Yeah, just a couple. But...
Alrighty, so alrighty, it kind of scoffs at you. And you're gonna take you're gonna take 5 points of damage because you don't feel so good. Like that scratch you got previously looks like it's festering.
Okay.
And
so
yep.
Okay.
And that's all of your actions. Kentrell.
Oh, you're muted.
There we go. So, seeing how the fight is going, I'm going to go around the pews.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20,
Okay.
25, 30.
Okay.
And I'm going to do the tried and true.
That's 2 actions that you just spent.
For 30 movement?
Oh, because you're an elf. God damn it. That's right.
Hi.
Fuck you, elves. All right. Yep, you're an elf.
Yep. And I'm just going to swing away. Let's leave the +1 from the bless. Yep. So.
Is that a nat 20?
It is a nat 20.
Oh,
Happy birthday to Weirds.
right. Glad
Nat
somebody's
20s
rolling
from
well.
his dice.
All right. 2d12 times 2. Let me just double check that, make sure I got the math right. Because I believe it's just the 2d12, not my modifier. Shocking grasp. Yeah, just 2d12. So, doubling this. Let's see. So 34
Jesus Christ.
plus what is it? Do not double the persistent damage. So
It doesn't matter because it literally
Why does this keep happening?
just fries. Like you just
Just grab it by the horns and go,
yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and it does the whole lightning thing in the face and just.
It's like, what was his name? Marv? Or Marv? Ah!
Yeah, and it is dead, and it just drops in like this burnt electrified. I mean, it smells disgusting. It's just.
It's like,
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
that felt good.
Alrighty. So yeah, the other one looks at what you just did, and it goes F that.
Wow, I don't get the satisfaction killing one of them without being very scared and running away.
And it basically just it turns into a bat, and it just nopes out of that whole situation. Like it is gone. Like poof.
Okay.
Charlotte's gonna storm on bed. You cowards! And then she needs to sit down for a minute.
You tell him, Shathra, and just kind of sits down.
So combat is over, so the poison effect is gone. So you're very, very. You guys are lucky. Poison isn't like persistent damage, because
Yeah, they'd be like Pokemon. We just walk 5 feet, and all of a sudden,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. In Pathfinder 2e, persistent damage can and has killed parties. I've almost happened to one of my parties. Because basically with persistent damage you have to pass the DC check you pass is a flat check, which means you get no bonuses to it.
oh,
Yeah, it is. So basically, flat check is just a D20. So whatever the DC is for the check, that's flat. Yeah, that's what they have to beat on a flat D20. So
thanks.
There are things that do persistent damage of some kind that have 17 plus DCs, and yeah,
Jeebus.
that pretty much you basically have to keep healing yourself until you can pass the flat check.
Noted.
Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty, so you guys, let me clear this thing.
In my character picture, when it comes up or like on the screen there, you can actually see my star knife.
Yeah.
Shrink.
No, not that one.
Oh.
You need the other.
Oh, okay, yeah, I have to.
Yeah, the on the other one where you can see down sort of to my knees. You can see it. All the knives are on my back, and I think actually, theoretically, there is a holster or a hook on the back that holds the star knife, so it comes off my back as well.
Yep. Alrighty, so combat is over. The little monsters ran away because you killed their boss, or you killed the bigger, badder thing that was, telling them what to do. So what are you guys doing?
I would like to do the medicine, the actual physical heal with my medicine kit on Shathra and myself.
In the meantime, I'll see if I can check the other rooms. So just kind of.
So now, do I?
Yep, you do that.
And
I don't get the benefit of that bless spell, do I? Too when I roll.
Combat is over. Well, it has a duration of a minute, so as long as you have a minute, and it's just attack rolls. It doesn't do anything for checks or anything like that.
Oh, so it wouldn't help me anyway. Okay.
Yeah, you would have to cast guidance on yourself to give you. You'd have to spend an action to cast guidance on yourself. No, it'd be 2 actions.
Okay, but what about the gloves? Because it says they give them +1
on medicine checks. Yeah, that is all the time, every time.
So I'll get basically now on my I'll get my D20 plus my 7 plus 1.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
I thought you were talking about like the guidance or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So, oh, geez, for Shathra. So I've got 19 plus 1 is 20 plus 7 is 27. So.
Alrighty. So that is a crit. So that is a 4d8.
4d8 healing for her then.
Yep. So.
Wait.
Yep.
Okay. I'll be rolling I'll roll these twice. Okay. So that's 7 and 6, which is 13 for the first two. And then 2 and 6, which is 8 for the second pair.
I'm back at full health, so.
All right, cool.
Okay, then for myself.
Yeah, while they're doing that, I'm moving that huge chunk of whatever's left over here out of the way.
So,
what's your strength?
14.
14. I will need an athletics check.
Athletics check. Check.
And are you trained in athletics?
I am not.
All right.
So I've got a 21 to heal myself.
I can attempt it at least.
Okay, so that's just a regular success, just 2d8.
So 2d8.
A total of a 16.
You try, and by yourself, you cannot budge that thing.
Okay.
So
You
6.
will move on.
He's gonna remember, I'll be there in a minute.
All right.
So while you're doing all your healing and stuff, like you notice that the thing that just got killed has it's wearing some sort of vestments. Give me a religion check, Gwennon.
Okay, so just a second. 9 and 6. So I've got. Well, it's not great, but at least so I'm going to stagger over to the thing and sit down and do a religion check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, got a nice bonus on that too. So. Oh, jeez. 11.
11. Yep. You have no idea what these vestments are. They're too charred from the damage from the electricity for you to recognize.
Could I make a streetwise check or a society check?
Let's see. This is. It'll be a higher DC, but I'll let you try. Go for it.
$18.
So let's see. So an 18 will let you succeed.
Yes.
Yay!
And,
Who needs a cleric when you got a street smart orc?
well, the only reason why is because so basically you look at the symbols and you recognize that it's Gazran. It's wearing the Gazra is a deity of nature, and she is a goddess of storm and sky, wave and surf. She's also known as the ocean's fury and the wind's wrath. So you've been to multiple port towns, and usually sailors and whoever lives in a port or a dock area in the slums of dock usually will try and see if they can get any of Gazra's blessings. But she's known to be a fickle goddess, and sometimes will do more harm than good. And when you hear that, who's your goddess?
Desna.
Desna. Okay.
Is mine.
So,
I'm sorry. Were you talking to Shathra?
Well, I was talking to Gwennon. Yeah. And when Shathra mentions, hey, it looks like a Gazran symbol, you would confirm because Desna and Gazra are friendly with one another as nature goddesses.
Okay.
So this evil thing is wearing a Gazra robe for some reason. You're not sure what.
Who was the church leader here?
Abadar. That's the god of this church, Abadar. And if can you make and you guys know I will give you a flat 10. All of you can make a recall knowledge with a flat 10, and I will tell you something if you can roll it.
Okay.
I got a flat 10.
Well,
Yeah, me too.
Alrighty, you all remember that the monastery is are Gazran worshippers.
oh dear.
Do you guys think that is the priest of this church?
Well, not anymore, considering what he looks like now.
Oh, I'm not carrying his body to prove that to the governor.
Well, the priest of this church was described to you, and he is a priest of Abadar. So,
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't know what
Wait.
race he is, but
Wait. The druid got carried off to the sea. Gazra and Desna, goddesses of nature.
for a burial at sea rather than
Yeah.
a burial in the ground. Maybe.
Some sort of connection there. We're not entirely sure. Huh. The pieces don't add up just yet. And he'll check the door.
okay. Let's see. Actually, because you crossed the stage, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Cantrell.
16.
Okay. Before you get to that door over here by what was left of this altar, you saw something gleaming through like a broken door drawer face. So you see that there was some sort of pendant, and the pendant has like a weeping angel on the pendant. And you can tell now that you have a closer look at the golden scales that they look like they're worth, a little bit, like a little chunk of change.
I'll grab it, pocket it, and just kind of hold on to it for now.
All right.
And then make my way to that door.
And you grab the pendant as well.
The pendant as well, yes.
Alrighty. So you have plenty of time because Gwendolyn is doing searches and whatnot. Alrighty. So let's see. Actually, that door is not locked. All right. So you can actually enter this door. This seems to be some sort of storage area. You see, vestments, candles, polish, other stuff that the church would use. So this room hasn't been ransacked.
Okay.
So there's stuff that's been knocked off the shelves and whatnot, but there's nothing in here that's been like destroyed really. Give me a perception check.
Perception check.
Actually, are you gonna search this room, or are you just gonna like look in and dip out?
I'm gonna search it.
All right. So what'd you get for perception?
That was a 19.
Alrighty, yeah. With a 19, you find 3 vials, and the vials have some sort of clear liquid in it, and there's like some gold leaf on the vial that is made in the image of the Abadar holy symbol.
Check to see what kind of liquid it is.
You can pinky test it. And
Yeah.
so, and that's a thing in Pathfinder. You can pinky test any liquid to see what it is without doing harm or boon. Uh, and you can tell it's holy water when you pinky test it.
Uh-huh. He will stopper them, put them in a bag. What else was there?
Just random stuff. Just candles, incense, things like that. Just things you would use to help run the church.
Okay. Um, Going into the room, I would also notice the other door.
Okay. Okay. That just seems like it's more storage.
Okay. I'll just double check it. And just kind of look in, be like,
Okay.
no demons attacking me. Okay. And then I will come back out and make my way back to that and wait for Shathra to get back.
All right.
Sorry about Jairus, who's being a little bit talkative tonight.
No worries. So is anyone gonna search the big guy to see if he?
Yeah, I was going to do that actually. I was
right.
going to the sort of my interest now that we know it's he's wearing gauze vestments. My interest is piqued, so I'm going to sort of
All right.
take out a dagger and poke around at him.
All right, give me a perception check.
Okay. Yes. 18 and 7, which is 25.
All right, yeah. So you notice that there's a shiny ring on him. It just seems like it's just regular, but there's this really, really nice looking bracelet on him as well.
Okay, I'll
And,
take.
the ring has a little bit of tarnish on it from the exposure to the spell. The bracelet seems completely unaffected by what just happened to this thing.
Okay, I'll take both items.
All right.
Now, would I have to do a special roll to determine what that bracelet is?
You'd have to sit with it for an hour to examine it.
Okay, I will do that at some other point. So
All right.
I will just pocket them for now.
Okie doke. So you see Cantrell over when you're done with all the stuff you're doing. Cantrell has worked his way back over to the statue that's pinned up against this door.
Ready?
Ready.
I assist Shathra in moving it.
All right. So between the two of you, you can easily move it out the way. The door, this seems to be some sort of vault of some kind. The door is made of stone, and the lock seems to make of. Even though neither of you are crafters, you can tell that this is very high quality. It's also made of gold. The lock on this door. When you check, the door is currently unlocked.
Oh.
Kind of open it.
All right, so when you unlock it, you see that inside, there is there's a man who's kind of gaunt, looking, tied up and gagged, and just chucked in a corner.
Oh.
Immediately go up to him and just like rouse them awake.
Okay.
Hey, are you okay there?
Give me one quick second. I believe they gave me a token for him. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I feel the same way. It's been a week. Let's see. Did they not? gonna give me an NPC token for all the NPCs. I have a monster token for all the monsters, but not an NPC token for the NPCs. So there's this, gaunt priestly gentleman, and yeah, he's just looking at you. You can tell that he's starved and potentially dying of thirst.
He's awake. I just kind of pulled the gag out,
and he just when you pull the gag out of his mouth, he's like, "His heart, bless you."
And I pull out one of the holy waters and feed, force drink.
You would know that a vial of holy water is not going to quench thirst.
What? It's water.
Yeah, but I mean, it's he obviously looks like he looks like he's suffering from exposure. He's been in here for a while, as far as you can tell. He looks like he's malnourished. So
bring him outside, get him some fresh air, get him some rations, and just
So if you give him some regular rations and you let him drink from your wineskins, whoever gives him a wineskin, he empties it. He just I mean,
just take it.
He just Capri Suns that thing. And literally there's just water dribbling out the side, and he's just just mowing on the rations. And he's like, "Oh, thank you. I didn't think anybody would come to find me. No one really comes to the church anymore."
Well, there's a reason for that. It was ransacked.
Well, I know, but before that, people have been losing their faith in Abadar, and then these things came and they threw me in the vault, and I just tied me up and trapped me in there, and then he looks at the condition of the pews and everything, and he's visibly upset, and he's like, they destroyed my poor church. It's I don't know how I'll ever be able to fix any of this.
Well, at least they didn't kill you. You still have your life.
How did demons get in here?
They came in at night while I was doing the books, and then attacked me. I have no one here to really defend me. The town, for the most part, is peaceful, aside from the ruffians at the bar. But even they wouldn't be bold enough to try and rob the church. I mean,
Speaking of which,
oh geez, how long has he been in there?
How long have you been in there?
He's over a 10-day. He's every so often they'll come in and chuck a ration at him and just douse him with water, and he'll just suck on his rags to get water.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I mean they've barely kept this guy alive.
I'm gonna double check the vault just to see what else kind of evidence I could possibly find.
He doesn't know about the bar. Maybe we shouldn't tell him about the bar.
Right.
Maybe he won't care.
Well, or we could tell him that we don't think the hooligans from the bar are going to be a problem
so
anymore.
He basically tells you he was he describes the two men you saw in the graveyard, how they came in and then basically cudgeled him, and then the demons came and they just chucked him in the vault and whatnot. And he prayed and prayed and prayed that Abadar would come and send someone to help him. And he's like, "Yeah, you guys came."
All right.
So he's thankful that the demons never actually messed with the vault. He's pretty sure that the blessings that are in the vault on the actual, it looks like a bank vault.
Yeah, I look around, I'm like, okay, filing system.
Yeah.
Got
you're
coin boxes
is this a church or a bank? And in most decent sized towns and cities, the Abadar church doubles as a bank.
Yeah.
Oh.
I look around and I try to find some paperwork possibly.
So let's see. So looking around, Sorry.
Mm.
Let's see. So he's talking about two books that are missing that he can't find. That are, basically they're like holy relics for the book for the church.
Mm.
Um, but you find just like disarray and whatnot. And let's see.
And he's telling us that two holy relics are missing.
Well, because he's looking through, because they're kept in the altar, and he's looking
okay.
around, and he's like he doesn't see the covers of the books and the devastation that's in there. So he's like very worried that the books are gone, and he's like, he's like worried.
Can he tell us about the books?
He tells you that one book is a manual of city building, and the other one is the Order of Numbers, and they're both missing. He says they were in the altars, and he doesn't see any of the papers or the cover in any of the shredded books that are in the church right now.
Well, the manual of city building is sort of self-explanatory, but the book Manual of Numbers?
The Order of Numbers.
Order of Numbers. Yeah. So what's that? I'll ask him what that's about.
He tells you that basically because Desna is like a god of fortune and wealth, basically these books describe how to basically they're like city planner manuals. So basically it tells you how to properly account and do accounting for different size cities, for different size churches, what you need as far as things, money you need to set aside, interest rates for loans against the bank, stuff like that. So I mean, it literally it's like a banker's manual. And the city planning one basically is city planning because usually Abadar is found in towns of significant size or in cities because poorer towns or hamlets just don't generate enough wealth to support a church of Abadar.
Okay, so I'm going to say, so although these are very valuable as a church of Abadar, there wouldn't be any spells or anything in these two books that someone could use against your god or against your church, are there?
He's like, no, they're holy tomes. It's like
Okay.
they're like Bibles.
Okay. So it's not like somebody's going to glean a good spell or something.
You can just think that, think of them as, Old and New Testaments.
Okay.
So, and, he's super grateful, and, he reaches into like a hidden pocket in his vestments. And he goes to a vault, like a lockbox in the vault.
Yeah, I'm like looking around, like just making sure, like tidying the place up.
And he's like, I have to thank you. I have to thank you so much. So let's see. He will pull out of a lockbox. He'll give you this onyx dog figurine.
Oh.
And he gives you a brooch.
A brooch. Okay.
Yes. Like he tells you that the brooch is a brooch of shielding. Like he'll tell you what the brooch is.
Okay, so brooch of shielding.
Yeah. Basically, the brooch automatically absorbs magic missiles targeted at you.
Brooch of shielding. Blocks.
Yeah. So,
magic missile.
Yeah, he's gonna tell you that basically this one is brand new. It hasn't been used at all, so it'll block up to 30 magic missiles before it becomes useless.
Wow.
Before it becomes inert.
Yep.
Okay, and do you know if there's a way to restore it back to its original state?
You would need a crafter to re-imbue the item.
Fair enough. That's good to know. And then the onyx dog, which I assume summons a dog.
Yeah. So it's a wondrous item.
Dog.
Yep.
Wondrous item.
And basically, it's 2 actions to activate. And
2 actions.
yeah, and I'll give you guys links to where all this stuff is. So
Okay.
afterwards, so you guys can mark it down and decide who gets what. Um, so basically, you activate it by placing it on the ground, and you speak its name. He tells you that this wondrous item is named Beauregard.
Uh,
Can I just say, I would love the dog statue.
Beauregard.
Yes.
Because,
You know what's going
and
to
in
happen with it being
parentheses-
called
in
Beauregard,
parentheses,
though.
you're welcome, Trojan.
And basically, this transforms into a dog. It turns into a guard dog.
Okay, cool.
Can I have the statue? I would love
I just calmly place it like in your palm, like say hello to Beauregard.
I am so happy about this one.
So what can this guard dog do?
Next
for
step
her
is a
then?
wolf.
Basically, it's protecting dog.
Yeah,
like it'll keep watch over us.
Does it have to be
gains-
attuned?
No, it gains. It's a wondrous item. They don't have to be attuned. So basically, it gains the minion trait. So it basically will obey any of your verbal commands. And let's see, this particular one. So if it's slain while in animal form, it reverts back to its statue state, and it cannot be activated again until a week or 10 day, because D&D is 10 days, not 7 days for a week passes. And then if the figurine is destroyed in its statue form, it magical effects are lost. So basically, something would have to shatter it while it's still in the statue state to destroy it permanently.
I'm never gonna let that happen.
But basically, when you activate it, it acts just like a minion while it's in the fleshy form. And then basically, once it loses its hit points, it turns back into the Onyx statue, and then you can't use it again until a 10-day has passed. And then let's see. And while
Can it do tracking?
I was gonna tell you that
Sorry.
this particular version of the guard dog will have a +4 circumstance bonus to survival checks to track.
Ooh.
So, and then basically, because it's from Abadar, when the dog senses a hidden creature, with its scent, the creature so the creature is observed and concealed. The Onyx dog can activate once per week and remains in its form up to 6 hours. So you can activate it for up to 6 hours. It's 1 week between activations. And basically it has dark vision as well, so it's got a bunch of cool things. I'll give you all the stuff when
Nice.
Well, I'm always gonna activate it when we need it, so I can't pick it out and play with it.
usually for wondrous items, like even if you're going into something like a lair or a dungeon or something, you would activate it and then use it, or if you're going to hold on to it for a boss fight or something like that. But I mean, it's a guard dog, so a guard dog is, I believe, CR1. Maybe?
Yeah, I can't actually summon any guard dogs at the moment. I can only do -1 level
Yeah,
creatures.
so it's like, yeah, so I mean, it's
A lot better.
It's a low level summon, pretty much.
But still, given what we have for resources for tracking and things, that could be very, very helpful.
It helped me too, yeah.
Let's see. And Cantrell, you said you were watching Nellen when he was like grabbing the stuff out the vault, right?
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 19.
Alrighty. One of the things he doesn't pull out of the vault, his personal lockbox, you see in there is a really, really nice looking crossbow.
Sir, would you by chance be willing to part with that crossbow?
And like he closes the drawer a little bit, and he's like, I need this to
Not for free.
He's like, well, I need this to protect the church. I have no weapons. If those things come back, I'll be unarmed.
Ah, I see. So you need something to protect you.
Yeah. He tells you he says, if you're willing to trade for something of equal value that I can use for protection, then I'm willing to do that.
Well,
and then
I kind of pocket into my sleeve and pull out a scroll.
What's the scroll? Are you pulling out?
The scroll of unseasonable squall. Would you perhaps be able to use a scroll to protect yourself?
When did I give you guys that one? I'm trying to remember.
This was the scroll we got from. It was either the windmill, or it was another place before the fire.
Squall. Let's see what it does.
Yeah, unseasonable squall. Spell 3.
Yep. Let's see. Burst. Finishes small magic flame. Disperses. Creature.
It'd be really useful against those flying creatures that we fought. Considering that they are not gone yet.
He tells you you didn't dispatch them.
They flew away.
They flew away. We couldn't give chase. And this spell would actually do quite the number to them.
Give me a society check.
Society check?
Yep.
Okay. Let me double check my society. Okay, that's actually not that bad. 18.
Alrighty, with an 18 on the society check, that is enough to convince him to trade the scroll for the crossbow.
Okay.
He's like, I've never really been too good with this thing anyway. It's magic. So basically, he hands you a quiver of bolts. So basically, I think it's 10 or 20 that a quiver of bolts holds. But
20.
But the crossbow itself is a +1 crossbow.
Ooh.
Okay. +1.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is not striking.
Crossbow.
It is just +1. So it just has
+1 crossbow.
It has a potency increase. It doesn't have the striking.
Right. +1 attack.
But they have a nice range, don't they usually?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's in the rule book. I can give it to you if you want to later, but
Okay. And that is that. And I'll go ahead and destroy from my list the scroll of unseasonable squall. Boom, done. All right. Thank you for your time, sir. And also, I toss him another ration, just like, please do eat.
Well, I mean, now that he got before you do that, he actually goes to the storage area, and he flips over some things that you didn't notice, and like there's food in there. Like there's this weird jar of blueberries that he opens.
Oh, okay.
And he just he eats like a couple, and then he closes the jar, and he
feels good.
It's totally mechanical, but it's not magical. He flips a few books and turns a few things, and poof, it's back in some hidden area that you didn't notice.
Right. No, that's fine. I take note of it, but I'm just like, it's fine.
Okay. Did you wish to go see the mayor and tell him in your own words what has transpired here?
Yes, the mayor.
We will escort you then.
We would be happy to take you so that you can explain everything that has gone on in your words to the mayor.
He says, there may be, I think I know where they may be, congregating. And you guys basically you go to the mayor's office. And the mayor and Nilin, now that he's eaten and he's no longer starving, he's a little disheveled, but I mean, they look at each other and they have this very, they have this very begrudgingly polite initial conversation. That, because it's basically, the debtor
Why
and
don't
the
you come to my church
well, it's the
anymore?
debtor and the debt collector who are talking to
Ah.
each other. So so Abertin still owes the Abadar Church a significant amount of money, and the mayor has told you previously that one of the reasons why attendance to the church has been low is because there's been this kerfuffle between the church and the town over outstanding debt.
Mm.
So basically, the town has been in decline because there's some sort of force working against the town, and the church didn't help the town because they still owed the town money, and the town felt that they needed to pay for services rendered before they would do any new services to try and help the town out. Typical black company type politics type stuff. So so they have this. So the mayor never wished him dead, but I mean he's okay with him being alive.
Yeah. Well, I just kind of like, while that discussion like calms down a little bit, I'm just like, well, seems that even though you have a debt, maybe a few prayers to the god would be enough to appease their coffers for the time being. After all, the man was in there for longer than a 10-day. The man could have used some company.
So are you trying to persuade the mayor, or are you just being mouthy?
Persuade the mayor. Yeah.
Then I'm gonna need a society check, please.
Society check. Yep.
And since for Gwennon, part of her character is always to try and find the peaceful solution and to have everybody sort of happy and amicable towards each other, she would like to try as well.
24.
Okay. So what are you gonna try, Gwennon? It would be also a society check for you.
What has to be society?
Unless you can convince me on another way, you're gonna try and make these two amicable towards each other.
I would try from the religion standpoint that, since they're supposed to be people of faith and they should be kind to each other from a religious standpoint and have empathy and approach it from that angle.
All right, I'll allow it. I'll give you an adjusted DC for that.
Okay. So that's a 23.
All right. So between the two of you, the mayor begrudgingly says that when he basically says that when these fellows, and he's regarding you guys, helps at least clear the immediate issues that Aberdeen is having, that he'll call a town meeting and see if he can get the townsfolk to help repair the church pro bono, and then we'll gather a small collection to help with reestablishing the church and just showing that they don't want to get rid of Abadar or the church, but they'll dig in their pockets if it means that they get blessings.
There you go.
But Neelan says that let's see. Bear with me 1 second. I forgot the name of this area. All right. He. he asks you if he asks you if anyone's been to the Lindell barn.
No. We have not.
He's talking to the mayor.
Oh.
He says the two burly gentlemen who knocked me out before I went unconscious. They were talking about what sounds like to be that barn, and the mayor, he has like this this look of concern because he says that he recently sent the sheriff to check out that particular area, and the sheriff hasn't been back yet.
Uh-oh.
That was today, yes?
Actually, you guys did not meet the sheriff, so it's actually been a few days.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I mean, but the thing, it's a bit of ways, and he says that Raylan has a habit of doing long stakeouts and gathering as much information as possible before he does anything. So he could just be watching the barn to see if there's anything odd. So
Okay. All right. Let's try not to blow his cover then. Then I guess we shouldn't worry. I guess we could either. Well, I kind of look over to Shathra and Gwennon. Should we take a break or should we just go straight in?
Maybe we should take a break just in case.
I
So we
think
can
I feel the
so.
same
go in
way.
with the full resources.
Okay.
And how are we? When is the next circus performance supposed to happen? Do we have to take that into consideration with our plans?
The professor has been doing the barking for that, and you guys have been back for I think 2 days, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
You were brought back at the beginning of a week, so basically it's the second of a 10-day, and the circus performance is usually at the end of the 10-day. So basically, if you specifically want to participate in the circus or help in the barking for it to actually draw a crowd, then someone would have to assist with that over at least 3 days with the barking, and you would have to be available for the performance in 8 days. Well, technically 7.
Right.
Do we have to do the barking?
You don't have to. You can
Okay.
let let
So-
the professor try and gear up the crowd on his
What
own.
what
So-
checks does it take for a barking? Is it like a society check?
I gotta double check the rules for it, but it's either. I think you can. There's a couple different checks you can use for it. It's pretty much just convincing the crowd that they should come and check out their performances.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
that-
pretty much a persuasion check at that point.
Yeah, it's pretty much that.
I will say to the mayor, and I'll sort of look at the mayor and I'll look at Nidal and I'll say, hopefully this will go some ways to restoring our reputation with the town. And I hope that you will encourage them to attend the next circus performance on our behalf.
I would need a persuasion check for that one
Okay, sure.
because the mayor is technically indifferent to you guys right now.
Okay, so persuasion is
It's going to be society.
society. Oh,
Oh, so yeah, I'd be good at barking then.
okay. So do you have? Could Shathra make the roll, or do I have to make it?
Since you initiated it, because you engaged in an RP.
Okay, with the mayor. Okay, all right. So just an 11.
It's a failure, so it doesn't adjust his opinion of you guys. He just is like, he's like, I'll think about it. when because he specifies that the town meeting will more than likely happen before the performance happens. He's like, if we get around to it, we'll think about it because they have more pressing things to worry about than your show.
Okay.
Well, if we continue to help you, you did say before when we went to check on this church that you would help us get more people to come to our show. Now, if you want us to leave, you're gonna need to fulfill that promise.
Well, the things were all well and good until your help, and he'll air quotes help.
You
Well,
see,
we
can't y'all do the
solved-
same thing?
Well, we have helped solve your demon problem now, haven't we?
Well,
No one died and the church didn't burn down.
Well, saving graces. We'll see if that was more Abadar's will than your success. But there's a lot of animosity right now with the townsfolk. I don't know if there's enough for me to convince them to persuade them otherwise. So if you're willing to go find the sheriff and see what he's discovered, then maybe we can figure something out.
Okay, so he wants us to go to the barn, so at least we've got his backing to do that as well.
Yes.
If we do this, will you promise?
Shathra, I think we've made our point.
He's like, come back with the sheriff and let me know what you found, and then we'll discuss from there.
Fine. And she'll leave.
Just out of curiosity, I've seen the sheriff, yes?
The sheriff, yeah, he's the sheriff is kind of like
because I keep imagining like the Wild West sheriff, but I know that might not be exact.
Oh God, no, he's not a Wild West sheriff. He's like imagine either like a Gomer Pyle or like a Gomer Pyle type, sheriff. He's or like
dear.
a Dudley Do-Right type of scenario where he's got all the fixins but none of the substance.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like you really have no confidence from.
He looks the part. He's just
he's cosplaying a sheriff, literally. He's like
Right.
He's like sheriffs
I'm
say
just
this and sheriffs walk like this and they do this. Like that's like he read a pamphlet on how to be a sheriff.
Well, that
Right.
might actually work to our advantage. That means he wouldn't be, crazy / courageous enough to go by himself to fix problems. Hopefully.
that he has little to no deputy assistance, and he more than likely would have gone by himself because he would leave whoever he has as deputies
Right.
here in town to help the town.
Gotcha.
Why do I get the feeling that he isn't one of these people who has a +1 to marksmanship?
Probably not.
He probably could have used this crossbow.
Well, maybe not.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have any outstanding characteristics as a fighter as the sheriff then?
Nothing that you've seen that would make you think that
He's a performer like us, except without the
you haven't
flow.
seen anything that would make you think that he would be of use to anyone.
Ugh,
Kind of like Jar Jar Binks in Clone Wars.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily because we all know Jar Jar was secretly a Sith Lord. So,
I mean, he went on to annoy Darth Vader in his after form. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
yeah.
All right, so we head back to the circus, just to check in and
Spend the night.
spend the night, rest, see what kind of news we got from.
Yeah. Also assess how the circus people are feeling towards us. What now?
Yeah.
So you'll. I mean, the professor welcomes you guys back. You know, and he pretty much just says that. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking for something on the map. Probably done that way. He tells you that he's been getting some jeers from people who are just don't want to deal with the circus. They've been like telling people like just go home, you guys. Like there's some people who are starting to say that like the circus is bad luck. That things were bad, but now they seem to be coming to a head now that the circus is in town. So people are starting to associate the circus to their woes.
Even though they
Right.
have the woes behind. Okay. That's typical.
Well, I will
We'll be
join
grateful
you in a
later.
few days to help you with getting people to gain interest as much as I can.
Yeah, we've still got one more thing to check up on for the townsfolk and the mayor.
It'll never be the barn.
Hopefully the sheriff's not stupid enough to go in there by themselves.
Ah, he just might be.
Or he got caught. One of the two.
He probably went in there by himself.
Well, it's not going to do our cause any good if we don't come back with the sheriff more or less in one piece. And that would be a living piece.
True.
Yep.
So we have to really hope that he hasn't done anything very foolish.
If we get to that area, I would highly suggest we don't go into the barn yet. We do a circle around it to double check and see if we can find the sheriff outside. If that doesn't come up fruitful, then we go inside and check for the sheriff.
I think we're going to have to be very cautious and very wary as we do this. We can't afford to kind of go in guns blazing and get in over our heads. We need to be
I'll be
thoughtful about it. And I look
setting
directly at
spells.
Cantrell.
I kind of look at my spell book like I've got some studying to do.
I'll leave you to it, and then I'm going to sharpen my axe.
Now, would I have time during this particular evening to assess this bracelet?
Yeah. During your watch, you just need an hour. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm presuming you're gonna do the same thing, Kentrell.
Pardon?
Figuring you're gonna do the same thing with anything that you grabbed.
I wasn't able to hear. Sorry.
I'm sorry. You're gonna do the same thing with the pendant and whatnot.
Yes. Gonna be checking everything over.
All right. So did you give back the golden scales or not?
Yes.
Okay. So did you give back the pendant?
Let's see the pendant. Yes, I did.
Okay. So
Basically, I held on to him just in case someone was dead, but since that person was alive, I had decided to fork those over.
All right. So then,
especially since the crossbow.
The scale, so Nellen will keep the scales because those are part of the church, but he'll let you keep the pendant.
Okay.
For assisting, and the pendant is a crying angel pendant. It is a consumable.
Okay, consumable.
Yeah, so basically it's a talisman. So
right.
Anyone as a free action, you if you critically fail to administer first aid, it drops the result down to a regular failure.
I immediately bring it over to Gwennon and just put it over her head and just around her and just like
No,
that's for you.
It's a talisman. It has to be affixed to something, and you can.
Oh, it's a talisman.
Yeah,
Oh,
you don't
okay.
have to be a crafter, but you basically
Okay. I'm
like
just
you,
like, Gwynin, do you want this in your med kit?
Yes, thank you. That would be lovely.
Boop, and done.
So basically, it will revert a
If-
critical failure.
yeah, if you ever get a critical failure when you're doing a medicine check of some kind, so that's basically
Ooh.
so. Let me see.
That's nice.
I'm sorry, when you administer first aid.
Yeah,
So administer first aid is when you're trying to help someone get over like get over a persistent damage effect of some kind, or I don't think it's treat wounds. I have to look specifically. I know administer first aid specifically works against persistent damage. I have to look and see what the other effects it works on as. So basically, if you're trying to help someone alleviate persistent damage and you critically fail, you actually harm them instead of helping them.
So that would be a.
So yeah. So I mean, you can stick it in your healer's kit and then
Okay.
just let you use it there. And the other things that you got, so you know about the dog, you know about the brooch, you know about the crossbow, and yep, and the crossbow is just a +1 because it's just potency.
And then I had the items. I took off the little goblin-y, demon-y thing.
Yeah, so he had a ring that was worth 10 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll put that in my. I'll keep that towards buying thieves' tools someday.
All right, and the bracelet, you have to be invested or attuned to. It is a bracelet of dashing. So basically, it is a silver bracelet, and when you wear it and you attune to it, you feel light on your feet as you get a +1 bonus to acrobatic checks. To activate it takes 1 action and a command word, and you can do it once per day. I'm sorry, it has a persistent effect of +1 to your acrobatics checks, and as an activation, once per day, you can gain a +10 foot status bonus to speed for 1 minute. So for 1 minute, you can give yourself +10 to movement.
Okay. Now I'm just looking. I have. I think I already have a feat that does something. Oh, I have a balance feat already.
Yeah, this is in addition to that.
This would be in addition to that.
So, I mean, you don't have to keep it. You can give it to somebody else.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering if I'm the right person to have this, or if it might be better for something for Shathra,
you
or
can probably give it to Shathra, whose movement is stuck at 20 because
exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So after I've examined it and figured out what it is, I'm going to give it to Shathra and explain and say I'd like you to have this.
Ooh, thank you. That'll be very helpful. And she's gonna. How do I attune to it?
You basically just, same thing. You just, wear it for like an hour, and it'll
sleep in it.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll sleep in it.
Yeah. So basically, like I said, persistently, you'll have a +1 to acrobatics, and once per day, at the cost of an action, you can increase your movement by 10 for 1 minute.
Do I have to, you said I have to make a word for it to activate it?
No, it has a command word. So it's basically, the command word can be anything. It's just like, it could be like, let's boogie, and just like,
Can I make it wolf speed?
I don't care, whatever you want. If you want to yell wolf speed before as the activation for it.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I am not opposed to that. That's totally within your purview to do.
I'm doing it.
That brooch of shielding.
Yeah,
Is it an attuned item or no?
it's basically a wearable item that will suck up any magic missiles that come at me.
Okay. So if need be, we could shuffle that around later if we, depending upon.
I'd rather not.
Okay, so you're keeping the brooch of shielding for yourself.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I do not need to go down in one hit. Thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. All right.
And the brooch of shielding is, yeah, it has to be attuned, invested. So.
I will sleep in it and be fine.
There you are.
Well, technically, it's probably been an hour since we came back from the church.
Yep.
So.
And just so the woof woof totem is a wondrous item, so you do not have to be invested in it. So you just use it.
I am so happy. I'm gonna be so excited to summon Beauregard.
Alrighty, so you guys have your rest. You've talked to the professor. Morning comes. What do you guys do?
Start heading our way to basically the front of the tent. Just kind of meet up with everybody. I'm pretty much good to go by the time I've studied up all my spells for the day.
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
I'll probably be taking up my wolf statue, but I know you can't hear me, but you're gonna be very useful today. She's gonna put it back in her backpack.
it's like I'm gonna do so many cool things with you.
So I'm going to see if I can find something resembling that's a Starbucks coffee.
I know. I was like, what happened to Where's camera? It's like,
this
Starbucks incoming.
This is my girlfriend telling me to wake up with a McDonald's McCafe McFrappe chocolate dono.
Okay. So
with shot of espresso.
Their iced coffee.
So that's
great.
Okay. Yeah, I get the sugar-free. I get the sugar-free caramel, every other day.
She loves the caramel and she does extra caramel. So
yeah. The their hazelnut is okay, but the sugar-free caramel still tastes like caramel. So.
Well, I'll see if I can rustle something up around the circus that looks sort of that tasty. Possibly some coffee and some sort of breakfast items that perhaps I can, eat on the run. Now, do we have we used enough rations? We need to be worried about food at this point. Because we usually are back within the.
I usually don't worry about rations until the DM says you need to start worrying about rations.
Yeah, as far as stuff like that is concerned, the circus has enough provisions for you to resupply for,
I'm fairly certain that hog lasted them 2 weeks before we came back.
Yeah.
Probably.
Plus, if you really are worried about that, you can always learn to create food and water.
Yeah, I think I may even have that somewhere in all of this.
Alrighty, so where are you guys hoofing it to?
To the barn.
Alrighty.
I have create water. So, if we're really dying of thirst or something at some point, I do have that.
Give me a second here. I just need to copy you guys.
But I'd have to memorize it. It would be a spell slot.
Yeah.
It's always a spell slot. Well, you can have it prepared, but unless you use it on a spell slot, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's take off this emanation because that's no longer a thing. Okay, so since you guys are approaching the barn, you see it. Do you want to approach from the north side or approach from the south side?
Can we have a new map?
You will,
or there is no map?
There will when you tell me which way you're coming in from.
Okay, so What would be the most likely entry for our dumb sheriff to come from?
The barn is to the south of town.
So the barn is south of town. We would be coming from the north
So
side.
you would naturally be coming from the north side.
We will start on the north side.
Alrighty.
And work our way around it.
Alrighty. Northeast or northwest? Or dead north?
Let's try northwest.
Alrighty.
Can we roll for stealth?
I will let you roll for stealth. Okay. Let's
I won't be very stealthy. I rolled a nat 1 for a 2.
I've got a 6. I'm not doing much better.
I got a rock. Sorry, I always have to.
19 stealth.
Alright. So
You're not the only one that's stealthy.
Alright, so as far
I'm not.
as you're stealthy. Alright, so you see what you see. You see some double doors that are slightly ajar. And if the doors could talk, they'll tell you they're a door.
Cantrell will start making his way around, going across the north side, and just kind of keep an eye out, see if there's any footprints or anything. Like,
That's what I was about to do.
Alright, so you're staying to the north side.
yes.
Okay.
It's kind of
So then move your 3 actions worth of movement, and then when you're done, I'll let the next person do it.
so 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. And that's pretty much what I've done so far.
So you have 6. So if you're going to use all 3 actions for movement, Shothra, you have 60 feet of movement.
Unless you have the new armor.
But she's got her fancy new item. Even with that?
Well, I have to activate
It's once per day. I mean,
right.
Like
Okay.
wasting it just to explore is kind of a waste.
Yeah. Can I look for tracks for our sheriff friend?
Give me a survival check.
Ooh. I won't need pupper yet. 22.
22. All right. So from where you are, you do see some tracks, and they lead south from where you are.
So into the barn, pretty much?
No, literally from where you are, they're moving southward, and you can see that the tracks get a little bit lighter towards the foliage along the side of the barn wall.
Okay. I'm going to track.
Okay, so you have 2 actions of movement if you're going to move.
So I set it from there, 20. And I'm going to move to the snips foliage and look for more tracks.
Those are your 3 actions. So Gwennon, it's your go.
Okay.
Okay.
Although I will, before that, while you're there, give me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Me or Shathra?
Shothra.
Okay.
She's close enough for a perception check for what I want to see.
17.
17, you don't see what I would like you to see.
Okay.
You're at full health, Gwennon, just FYI.
Oh, sure. Okay, I'll catch that in a second. So I've been trying to figure out, I'm looking here, 25 feet. So I can move 75 feet if I want.
If you spend all 3 actions, yep.
Okay, now at this point, I see that we're going in 2 different directions, but I know I would be able to tell that Shathra was tracking something.
Yeah, Shothra was like, ooh,
Okay.
what, a piece of candy. And just.
Okay, so I'm going to go where she went, I think. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
You can like use the ruler, because if you use diagonals,
Yeah,
it'll
I was actually just going to kind of go up as far as where she was.
okay, just go straight. Yeah.
Yeah, to there. And then I would like to use an action. Like, do I need to use an action for a perception check?
You just when you get to that point, you just get one.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm not going to go ahead of anybody. So, or actually, no, because I can always keep up with her. That's not a problem. My dwarf couldn't keep up with her, but I can keep up with her. Okay.
Everyone keep up with me.
19 and 7 would be 26.
Alrighty. So because of your affluence with nature, this area. Let me switch over. Oops. Went to the wrong one again. Okay. So just see if I can. Don't want to lose Cantrell. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right. So the area around this wall, the vegetation, seems unusually overgrown compared to the rest of the foliage. This is.
Can I point that out to Shathra?
Yeah.
Okay, I will do that. And do I also have enough movement to kind of wave Cantrell? Or I guess he can, if he wants to go the other way, he can decide.
Well,
I could wave to indicate that we found something on our side.
Well, he wouldn't see you.
He wouldn't see me.
Yeah, not from where you are, because it blocks his line of sight from the barn. Like literally, the barn is in your way.
Okay. All right.
And it's all right. So select exploration mode. So Cantrell, your go. Got 3 actions. What are you gonna do?
Starts moving down to see if he can find the sheriff. Let's see. I think he would do another move to there.
Okay.
And then let's see, it's 5:15.
Yep. Just use the ruler; it automatically calculates.
Yeah, like I'll get up to there with my stealth and just kind of look around. Just a quick look.
From your vantage point, you don't see anything out of the normal.
Okay.
I mean, you see the double doors that
Right.
are on the south side of the barn, but that's about it.
Are they actually like closed, or?
They're closed.
Okay. All right, then that is basically all 3 of my actions right there.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. So, Shathra, what are you doing?
I am going to keep tracking for
Okay.
Mr. Sheriff. 16.
Okay.
Nope, 15. Sorry. It's a 4, not a 5.
You lose sight of the tracks with a 15.
All right, well, time for Beauregard.
Time for Beauregard. Okay.
I take the statue by Beauregard. Come.
Alrighty. Hold on.
I hear this and I'm like, oh no.
Well, and of course, when you think you're being stealthy and you're not, you're, making
I rolled a nat 1. I know for damn fact I'm not stealthy.
And she's probably yelling Beauregard at the top of her lungs, too.
That's why he's glad he's stealthy. That'll draw their attention. Sneaky. Okay, this'll work. This might work. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, I did it, a popper.
He's adorable.
It's adorable.
Okay. Give me a second here. Alright, just need to give you control. Okay. Just for ease of use, I'm gonna give all players control, but it's pretty much just.
All he's missing is the keg of beer, or the keg around his neck, right?
Yeah.
Good old Beethoven.
Alrighty. So it has a. So from what's listed, it has a +4 to survival specifically for tracking. So so on its character sheet, its survival is a +4. That is actually a +8 if you're using it specifically for tracking.
Oh, it will be using it specifically for tracking. All right, Beauregard, go find this man. I already have the track. Right, I lost the trail, so she's gonna point the tracks to Beauregard and be like, "Find." Oh my. 25 with Beauregard's 8.
Alrighty, so when it's 25, Beauregard sniffs around, and he's just like woof woof. And he's
Obviously not stealth
like,
either.
yeah, he's not stealth. Like he
Nope.
like he just is like boof. Okay, so Beauregard, what's his movement? Let's see. So he spent an action to search. Spent an action to move. Its movement is 30. Okay, cool. So he's like, 10, 20, 25. He goes like right here, and he starts to snarl. And when he gets there,
I'll be right behind him.
I will let you do that. But when he gets right there, this thing lashes out at Beauregard.
No, Beauregard!
And once it lashes out, it will be initiative. So it will get a single attack at Beauregard.
No, Beauregard!
Okay.
Is it initiative time?
No, give me a second because I need to see what attack it's going to do.
What's Beauregard's AC?
You can check. You can.
I don't have. Do I have it?
Yeah, you have control. Just shift, double click on his token, and then open up his character sheet for you.
Shift double click. It has an opening.
Hold on. His AC is 15.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Could be worse.
Let's see. Nope, he's gonna do that. Yeah.
Beauregard's a better wizard than the wizard.
Beauregard's a good boy. Let's hope I don't accidentally get Beauregard killed.
Okay, so basically this leafy tendril whips out at Beauregard. And let's see. 11. Okay, so alrighty. That's 28. So that's a 28 to hit Beauregard, which is a crit.
Oh no!
Oh.
Not Beauregard!
Well, he's sort of kind of doomed by being named Beauregard anyway, historically.
Not my good boy.
I'm just saying, better him than you, maybe.
But
I only have one emote for this.
not my good boy.
I have one emote for this.
So
I'm just gonna do this. Suffering.
So let's see.
Not my good boy.
So let's see. So that is going to be 4. So 4 piercing plus 5. Yep. So basically, it does. So it basically it hits it and then it grabs it, and while it's grabbed in the leaf, Beauregard turns back into the idol. And,
Oh shit!
and the plant thing like just chucks him off. He's just like, meh. He's like, that's not food anymore. I don't know what that is, and he just goes. Poof. So
Where'd it go?
You'll have to search for Beauregard later.
Oh no!
It didn't hold
It's
on.
not broke, but
didn't
the
hold
statue's
on.
not broken, right?
It when you saw it flying away, it was still in one piece.
Oh no! I'm gonna lose this statue on the first time I use it.
I mean, it doesn't have any additional hit points other than a guard dog. So I mean, it's not.
As long as the idol doesn't break.
I mean, it's literally a sacrificial lamb. Most wondrous items are.
Yeah, but it's a good boy.
I'm not saying he's not a good boy. I'm just saying, you know.
All I'm saying is Beauregard's not dead.
Yeah, he's not an animal
Be
companion.
thankful.
Oh, I know. I know he's not an animal companion, but he's a good boy.
Alrighty, so that was its initiative. So give me a second here. Where's my...
Well, at least he got a crit on the dog. Not me.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're not looking at the positive, you know.
Yeah, I know, but I lost my good boy for another week.
You know.
If Rojan was watching this right now, he would have been laughing his ass off. But at the same time, he'd be like, "Again?"
I'm just saying, you know, like, I mean, that's why I named it Beauregard, because I knew it was either gonna get taken out in one round or get broken. It was the guard dog. It's like the command word has got to be Beauregard, just because.
Oh, of course.
You know why? Like,
Another horrible initiative.
let's see. What's your perception?
I love it.
Oh, that's really good.
I don't get to get revenge right away. I'm my good boy. So what's this thing with Rojan and the name Beauregard?
All right, so I'll take a quick aside for that. So in our season 2 campaign, HP Fox is playing a druid, a dragonborn druid, and we were and he and Groudon as not Necrath. I don't think Groudon, that particular character, died and he made Necrath yet. They had snuck into someone's house and they're trying to get some stuff from the person, and the person had a guard dog in their room. And the guard dog's name was Beauregard. And so they, instead of knocking it out or doing whatever, the druid acid poison spits or poison sprays the dog and crits it, and just basically just like it gets like the censored pixel thing, because he just nukified the dog. It was horrible. And then because there was some sort of weird demonic curse in the area, the dog came back later as a demon dog. But
Oh
we
my
knew
goodness.
it was Beauregard from the first one. So we've had this. So it became this running joke, like all guard dogs in Destiny Forge are named Beauregard, because all dogs in Destiny Forge die in like the first round horribly. Like they don't last. Like if you get a guard dog or you buy a guard dog, or you know you get an animal companion and it's a dog, it's gonna die. So as a joke, we named them all Beauregard, which is why every dog is named Beauregard.
One of the one-shots this year had a Beauregard too.
Yep, because it was with Rojan and there was a
Yeah,
dog.
but was it the Christmas one, or was it the?
No, it was Sonata.
It was
It was Sonata. Sonata had it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why HP Fox, called the dog Beauregard, which is kind of apropos, since Beauregard is the default name because HP Fox murders Beauregards.
There's also a question in chat about the spiritual hammer spell. And I never thought of spiritual hammer as a throw-in thing. I always thought of it as a place thing, but
so
I'm not sure. But I don't quite
Let's
understand.
see. P-Walk. Hey, P-Walk. How's it going? Let's see off topic. Spell spiritual hammer. Consider the weapon of returning in 5e is possible. If you have feet, throw hammers for more damage. Actually, P-Wog, no. The spiritual hammer in D&D 5e is very specific. An autonomous construct. So basically, how the spiritual hammer works is it becomes an autonomous weapon. You, as a bonus action, when you cast it, you decide where it appears, and then it can move within. On that action, you basically summon it near something. It attacks. It can attack on the round it's summoned. So, and then successively, as a bonus action, you can move it up to 20 feet and attack something. And as long as you maintain concentration for the duration of the spell, that's what you can do. So, so you can't grab it and hurl it because it is not hurlable. It's not, because it's not considered a weapon. It looks like a hammer, but it's not a hammer. It's technically a construct.
So is there an equivalent in Pathfinder?
For
clerics, or no?
I believe there is something. I think there's something,
because we're still level 2, so I'm still working with level 1 spells, and I don't think that would even kick in till later.
I don't think there's a direct 1-for-1 as far as spells go. Let's see. Actually, pure magic materializes. Yeah, there is a level 2.
Yeah,
it's different. But yeah, I'll send you a link for it if you want. But yeah, there basically you can manifest. You can manifest as a club, a dagger, or your deity's favored weapon, and you basically you can cast it. It has a longer default cast range. It's 120 foot range for casting.
Ooh, nice.
And you can sustain it for a minute. That's pretty much the same thing. So you basically have to burn an action to keep it around. And then the weapon strikes with melee attacks regardless of its appearance. Regardless of its appearance, it does a D8 plus your spellcasting modifier. You can deal damage of normal type based on what the weapon is instead of force damage. And then there are no other statistic traits are imparted. So basically, if you summoned a dagger and you crit, it wouldn't get the deadly trait because it's technically not a dagger.
So what movement does it have per turn? Like the spiritual hammer is 20 feet, which can get tricky sometimes in combat because it doesn't move. Sometimes it can't keep up with you.
Each time you sustain the spell, you can move the weapon to a new target within range. Okay, so basically anything. Ooh. So it moves. So basically the range is 120 feet. So basically,
wow.
Anything within 120 feet of you, when you sustain the spell, the weapon moves to that target and attacks.
Very nice.
However, it only gets one attack, so it's not. So just like spiritual weapon in 5e, it gets a movement and an attack action.
Yeah,
the only difference is the range of attack for the spiritual weapon in Pathfinder is way longer. And also you can't use it for granting flanking, and you can't make an attack other than its strike. And you can't use any feats or anything with it because again, it's magically manifested, so it counts as a construct.
Okay.
So if that's something you're interested in, so basically I think your favorite weapon for Desna is the Star Knife.
Yes.
So basically you could literally create like a flying Star Knife
yep.
that does a D8 damage and just move it around attacking stuff.
Mm-hmm. But not at this but not at this level.
Next level, because
which is why we're not seeing it at this point in any of the battles. That's
correct.
Yeah.
All right.
To hopefully answer P-Wog's question.
Yeah, those are differences. So I just need Gwendolyn and Control to add their initiatives to the tracker.
Oh, sorry.
Alrighty. So let's see. I still see zeros. Okay. And can you not change your 9 feet? I don't think that's a. And you're muted.
I was trying to be not interruptive during all that, so like I knew I was just gonna try and interject somewhere.
Let's see, 25. You know what? Let me check and see what its let's see what its dexterity is. Its dexterity is, so it has +3, so that is technically a tie because I always use the lowest value for the plus. And 16 is a +3, and you're tied. So I always give. Since I worked in baseball for a lot of years, I give ties to the runner. That's a baseball thing for those that don't know. So,
woohoo!
So
You can catch up now.
So Gwen goes first.
Unless you want to look for Beauregard.
Okay.
As a thrown, so PY as a thrown weapon for Shillelagh. So the thing with Shillelagh is the benefit of Shillelagh is it grants additional damage to your melee weapon. Melee weapons don't normally have a thrown or a throw attribute because they don't have a range segment because they're meant to be used within 5 to 10 feet depending on the type of weapon it is. So if you're gonna throw it, it then becomes an improvised weapon for range. And then it would then fall under the purview of whatever the improvised weapons rules are. Also, I'm not 100% sure if the magic for the Shillelagh counts once you throw it, because the purpose of Shillelagh is it basically makes your cudgel stronger as a melee weapon. So me personally as a DM, if you were to throw a club or a staff that you cast Shillelagh on, I would make you use the improvised weapon rules, and basically once it left your hand, it would no longer be magical. At least that's my interpretation. It's not anything I've ever looked up or had anyone ever try in any of my games. But just based on how I've used it as a druid and how other people I've played with use it as druids, I've never had anyone attempt to use a Shillelagh as a thrown item. So I would let you do it. I just wouldn't give you the bonus of the spell for doing it. But that, again, that's just me personally because that's my interpretation. I hope that answers your question.
We were approaching the threshold time.
Yes, we are. I'll let you guys decide. You can call it here, or we can do this one last encounter. I don't know what your time frames are.
Oh no,
I
do need to call it.
All right.
Yeah, this is a good stopping point, I think.
Yeah.
Right as we did the initiative.
Yeah, because we haven't started anything.
Yep. So we haven't started anything. All right. So.
And I haven't moved or anything.
Yep. All right. So this is where it stands. Beauregard got munched by the giant flytrap monster.
I'll find that statue sometime.
Yeah, I mean,
lost forever.
I'm not that mean. Thankfully there weren't any pits anywhere nearby because I would literally roll percentile to see if it got chucked into an abyss. That
It's like that pesky die that just goes behind the desk when you roll.
Yep. But thanks everyone who stopped by and showed up. Again, thanks to all the winners for the December giveaways. Zorro at some time in the very near future should be reaching out to you to let you know that she mailed out the dice and or bags, depending if you want a bag and dice or just want a bag or just one dice, however it goes. She's the keeper of all that information, so I know she has the bags, I know she has the dice, so it's just a matter of her getting everything sorted and packed and sent out. So as soon as she gets that done, she will contact the individuals who won and let them know, so that way you can expect them in the mail. I'm thinking she's sending them regular post. So basically it would, show up in your mailbox. So however long that's going to take once she mails them out, will be as long as it takes for the postal service to get them to you. I don't think we have any other announcements. I know we may be wrapping up some of the during week games because Zoro is almost at a point with the baby where her and Shadow can both be playing at the same time, and the baby won't be very fussy. So as it stands right now, we can either have one or the other, and right now we mostly have Shadow. We don't no barbs being tossed at Shadow. It's just that's just how they're playing it as parents right now. So
No shade at Shadow.
yeah, no shade at Shadow. Pun not intended. So we're hoping by early to mid February that we'll actually have Zoro back in campaigns, and then what we'll probably start doing is not exactly sure how Rojin and Shadow Fox are going to handle it. I think they're going to wind down the interim campaigns, or we might do some sort of switch off. I'm not sure what we're doing, because they're still viable campaigns and we haven't gone to the ends of those yet. So what might technically happen is we might add Zoro into those campaigns just to finish them off and then switch back to our normal campaigns. We're still figuring it out. We weren't, nobody was expecting, the baby, insert, removal for Spanish Inquisition. So Dragonlance? Oh God, no. I personally would not play Dragonlance.
I would watch a film about it.
I would watch a film, or I would, read a book maybe if it was one of the better books. But I would not. I would not want to play Dragonlance. Dragonlance's lore and stuff is way too complicated. You think Pathfinder's bad? No. Dragonlance. Yeah, and there's no cushion in Dragonlance. If you get in the wrong situation, you're gonna die. Pretty much. That's how Dragonlance rolls.
Just think of 5e Strahd or the what's that jungle area called?
That's
Chult. Yeah. So either Strahd von Zarevich or Chult, but like 3 eras ago.
Yeah, with dragons and noble bullshit, and yeah. I think the worst thing about that is that you have literal political factions who work against each other in the game, so it's really hard to do anything adventure wise, because not only are you working against the campaign stuff that the DM is doing, but there's also political intrigue that's happening in the campaign that you'd have to work against as well. And it's like I've played Birthright, and Birthright is just political intrigue, player versus player type stuff, and even that gets a little messy. Then having the world itself be another political intrigue against the players, too much crazy. So, but that wraps it up. We'll be here in 2 weeks. Next week is gonna be Withered Waste, where I don't know. I mean, you guys. I mean, you got your memory backs. You got your memories back, but I think that just made things worse. I think you guys...
I think it might have made it better because we actually managed to convince Minako not to kill, the 2 people who have been housing us.
Yeah. For how long that happens, I don't know. I just think
how long can I go looking as Cousin It for a little while?
I pretty much just think once you guys get into this ball, it's just gonna go bad.
Oh, I mean, that's the deadline. We gotta have our shit together by then.
Yeah.
We've got another 13 days. We're good.
So basically, these are all of our shows.
You need a chill spell for Minako.
These are you need calm emotions for her.
Yeah, that would be
No. If anything, we just need to give her an actual target.
And then
Yeah,
right now,
true,
Zizix
true.
is at it.
And let's see, 4. Okay, these are all of our shows right now for Monday through Saturday. So right now we have No Way Out on Monday as the interim campaign, and the puppers.
See, that one could be over sooner than you think,
Yeah,
Az.
that one.
I'm guessing the puppers are not doing so well.
That one might be done on Monday. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That one might be done on Monday. Tuesday, right now we have Into the Wildlands with myself and a bunch of other people playing Happy Go Lucky Monster Hunters, and last week, watched the VOD. I made friends with 3 ogres. That was amazing.
It was that was so
bear.
good. That was the best ever
Go
encounter.
kick some ass,
I
sir.
befriended 3 ogres. That was awesome. I don't think I've never done anything close to that in any character I've ever played in the decades of D&D I've played. Not that way. I mean, I've charmed things, I've manipulated things. I've never outright first contact made, friends with ogres.
Your friendly neighborhood bear.
As any characters. It was amazing.
It was
great.
so
Bear is
it was just well done, the whole
Yeah,
thing.
it was a bad stealth roll turned into like a positive roleplay experience.
Oh, hello there.
Yeah, it was great. So I highly recommend, if you haven't seen last week's VOD for Into the Wildlands, watch it. Not because I had a big RP moment, just because it was just like pretty much
Something new.
Yeah, something new, just for funsies. You wasn't expecting that to happen the way it did. And then every other Saturday we have Withered Waste again. Shenanigans abound there, and we have these guys with Wayward Wanderers, and then very soon they will have an NPC at their disposal who is going to make things a lot easier / tougher for them, and we'll see how
And we have Beauregard.
Well, you'll now have to wait 10 days because
Aww,
that
poor pupper.
that's the rule. You gotta wait a week. So you gotta wait 10 days from so this day, next 10 day, you can use Beauregard again. So.
That is sad.
But
Next
he
time,
was
let
very
him out at the
helpful.
circus and actually play with Beauregard.
I mean,
Yeah, but
then
I
put him back
use
in.
it.
But he did what he was supposed to do.
Exactly. He tracked. He found the thing, and then he got quickly disposed of.
Yeah, he took the hit. He took the hit.
Yeah, he took the crit.
He did a Beauregard.
Yeah, dude. That's way more. That's way more than I expect from anything that I use in a campaign. So,
Not like you're not going to see him again.
Oh yeah.
I know.
As far as he's not broken. He's just
As long as we don't burn down the barn and the bushes and everything else around there, we should be fine.
Weirds.
When Cantrell's asleep one night, I'm going to sneak up to his spell book and I'm going to rip the page up that has that.
I specifically actually studied 0 flame spells for this encounter, so you're welcome.
I mean,
Oh, good.
I mean that's a thing you can do. I mean, you can actually do that. I mean,
Yeah, because I can change out my spells, unlike sorcerers.
But sometimes things it seemed like a really good idea at the time.
At the time, yes.
It
was a bar filled with thugs. We burned it down. It solved the town problem, sort
but
of.
that wasn't what we were intending to do.
Well,
Or maybe you were. I don't know.
I was. Sorry. Didn't have time to explain.
Chaotic good.
Yes.
Alrighty.
I will save this town. If I must burn it to the ground to do so, I will. It's literally chaotic good.
I have to burn down your damn town to save it. I'll do it, damn it. This is the torch I'm going to use.
Yeah, pretty much.
I cannot tell a lie. I chopped down that cherry tree. It was my bitch.
Alrighty, everyone. That's going to be a wrap for us. Love your faces. Thanks so much. Thanks again to you guys. I can't wait till you guys get through this campaign, because then all the weird, you think this is bad, all the really weird stuff will start to happen once you guys get past this point. So I can't wait.
Great.
So with that, guys, we're out. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you hopefully on Monday. This is us signing out.
I don't know. I got nothing.